the key to muscles and wealth. It's game day men's health.
Game Day Men's Health. That's right, folks. There are 12 DFW locations. I hit up the Grapevine one, but there's several. They're near you. What do? They help you be the best you. They help you feel better. As we get older, maybe the energy's lagging a little bit. Maybe there's a little bit of brain fog. Maybe, I'll tell you how I felt, like I was getting by. But there's more to life than that, Blake. You can do more.
You can have sex.
You can have sex. I was going to say you can take care of your kids. Those are two separate things. One may produce the other, but make sure separate on that front with Game Day Men's Health. 12 locations. They'll test your T for free and come up with a plan for you from there. Hair loss, weight loss, whatever you're dealing with, they can help you.
Well, my buddy's out driving me.
First of all, I know there's no way that's true. You're speaking as a hypothetical pussy, not Blake Jones. If that's you, though, get longer off the tee at gameday.dumbzone.com. Well, welcome. Thursday, October 2nd. I'm usually not paying attention at this part, so I don't know if we still read the show numbers, but this is show number 438.
Sweet.
I'm Jake Kemp.
I'm Blake Jones.
And in for Dan today is...
I'm Ted Emrich.
Ted Emrich. TV Ted. Dan is visiting his daughter in college, which is the one time a year he gets to make use of all of those college sweatshirts he bought for when he would fly girls around on his private plane.
But he left his Twitch jacket here. Might have to put it on.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of cold in here.
That's a Dan move to just have a jacket, a charger, and everything in every place. Mm-hmm. Like he's never far from what he needs.
Fish warmer.
Also true. So we've got Ted Emrich here today. Are you quote unquote off this weekend?
Not. I am off from the ESPN college football schedule, but I do have a game tomorrow night for Victory Plus, the Texas High School Coaches Association Game of the Week.
Heck yeah!
Featuring Blake.
Who we got?
Huntsville High School.
I don't know. Hornets.
Hornets. Oh, there you go. And Port Neches Groves.
I've heard a lot about them over the years.
PNG.
Yeah. Where's the game?
I don't know that.
Nope. Let's put it this way. It's back. And it never left at PNG. Indians.
Wow.
And can you tell me where they play, the stadium?
Ooh. Does it have a kitschy name? Is that what you're saying?
The Reservation.
Hell yeah.
That's fantastic. The TP was not... It was up in my brain somewhere, but the Reservation. That's like east, south?
Yeah, southeast Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, the Golden Triangle.
Okay.
Yep.
Dang, that's cool because, I do check the 506 every week to see where you are.
Well, thank you. Yes.
I know Blake does too. Check to see where Mike is. Check to see where Ted is.
Yes. They send us all around. I've been in the Big 12 a couple of times, had a game in the American at Tulsa against Navy, and some random action.
You've had a Tech game this year.
Yes, yeah. I had their season opener.
For real.
Yeah.
They appear.
No, they're legit. The Utah game proved that. Another test on the road at fellow undefeated Houston Saturday night. But, they spent all that money. And guess what? It's paying off.
Yeah.
Imagine that in college football.
Yeah, and a big part of that is expectations, right? Because Texas spent a lot of money, and they're good, but right now it doesn't feel like it's paying off. I don't know, but I'm a Tech somewhat lover at this point, somewhat neutral on Texas, A&M hater. But the last few weeks of college football have made me think that Texas is the third best team in the state. And I cannot wait for the chaos. Tech doesn't have to play anybody. And Texas doesn't have a ton left of tough. A&M has a couple more.
A Tech fan tried to tell me that the rest of their schedule is ranked somehow. I'm not buying it.
I don't know about all that.
Arizona State's ranked, BYU's ranked, but they don't have to go through the heavy hitters. Like,
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that Tech and TCU don't play.
Yeah,
That
I'm
should
not
be an every year
familiar
thing.
with the Big 12 scheduling dynamics post-apocalypse. You know what I mean? I used to know relatively easily
Yeah, sure.
from memory.
Of course.
You played them.
Yeah,
You'll
and
play them
back in the
3 years.
days of the North and the South
Right,
and,
of
and all
course.
of that. And now it's, I mean, you look at Tech's schedule, the toughest remaining game is probably at Arizona State here in a few weeks.
Man,
They have a big opportunity, man.
sports are so great. It's great. It's sports time, Blake. I tried to make some crappy, I don't know where the line is, AI songs for Ted, and they're super crappy. If you want, I'm not really giving you a choice. Let's see
Okay.
if this one. This one has kind of like a Sublime type vibe to it.
Okay.
I don't know when the lyrics start, so let's. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I just like that.
He's doing play-by-play with a guy named Marcus Clay.
Which I don't know.
You hear Martin inverted basketball, and Teddy is on the call. Ted Emrich.
I just like them yelling.
It's Imagine Dragons.
Just like the chant.
It's very Imagine Dragons.
God, what a beating.
I'm obsessed with bad AI. I think it
You
makes
love
me feel
it.
better
You
about
are
myself.
always in the lab creating.
Well, people will send me real like AI songs they made as music, and they're like, "What do you think of this?" And I don't have the heart to tell them like it's awful. It's not good, right? It's if you're doing it seriously, I don't feel like you can be taken serious. Now, Matt, for example, who does the barbershop quartet songs, that is a
Right.
lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If you're
That is unique.
If you're just trying to be the band Muse, but with a computer, like I'm not, who's interested in that?
Mm.
And you're a purist, I would imagine, from growing up in a rock and roll home, like a music home.
Yes, my dad picking me up from school with Sweet Leaf by Black Sabbath blaring.
I mean, you know this. I don't know if everybody does, but Ted has got like a 95th percentile cultural upbringing from a music standpoint. Like my parents didn't listen to music, dude. Like other than radio, what was on the radio. Like my mom was whatever was for single women or independent, like In Vogue or Reba McEntire. But that was, that's like there was no going to
Bonnie
concerts.
Raitt.
My parents weren't going to Montreux or what's the
Or
what's the festival in Montreal that's like famous? I know he went to that one.
Well, yeah, I mean he saw a number of shows in
Yeah.
Montreal. I don't know about a festival, but yeah, I mean he took me to Ozfest a few times, took me to Santana, at the Starplex.
Awesome.
And yeah, man, it was awesome growing up.
Yeah, if you went at Six Flags, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't catching you.
So I got a couple pieces of audio. One which will lead us into sports, but the first one,
It's all sports.
we have a pretty big Halo tournament this weekend,
Oh, here we go.
and I've been sitting on this audio for a while.
Are you going? Oh,
No, it's in Charlotte.
and you'll be in the Big Apple.
I did map it.
The Windy City.
The city that never sleeps.
Yeah, it's like you mapped Charlotte to New York.
Yeah, just to see. Too far. However, they love to say like, this guy's hitting his flow state, just whatever the kids are saying. But
Oh boy.
this guy, not an American, tried to compare this guy to Michael Jordan, but kind of missed on the team that Michael Jordan played for.
Ooh,
Excellent.
already love.
No matter where you look,
I left that in there. I just thought you might like the
the reverse, the reverse. Yeah,
the
that's-
sound effect of the game.
Yeah,
no matter where you look, superstars, star-studded team. Like the Chicago Red Bulls. Only they've got 4 Michael Jordans by the looks of things at times.
You ever heard that?
wow. There's a couple things I haven't heard there. I can't tell if that guy is Mexican or Irish.
Irish.
Yeah, he's got to be Irish.
But
yeah.
it started with a little like I wasn't sure Spanish maybe, but then you hear the end of the word accent. But then the Red Bulls, I mean, there is a soccer team,
Right, New York, yeah.
and Germany has one, Leipzig, the Red Bull team. But
I just kind of thought Chicago Bulls would be worldwide.
yeah,
after
like
the
once
Jordan run.
once the North Koreans know you, you feel like your cultural
Yeah, sure.
penetration is like all the way.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, the Chicago Red Bulls.
Like the Chicago Red Bulls. Only they've got 4 Michael Jordans by the looks of things at times.
So then the other guy wants to get
52
involved.
seconds in climbing in round 2. Off the back of Renegades. Impressive work.
Crazy shape to Scottie Pippen, has to be said.
Pippen?
How dare you?
That's a good point.
Where's Dennis Rodman in all of this?
On the bench.
What?
Is this cool?
70
good
points
sports
now
talk?
for Optic Gaming, and
No, it's terrible. And I try to think of it in terms of like who's the audience though. And in any position where you're talking, it's either it's the give them what you want or what you want them to want. So in that guy's case, he's the first thing I thought when he said it's like having 4 Michael Jordans out there. Is like, whoa, there's a rich tapestry of characters involved here that without Jordan's not Jordan without Pippen, not to the degree. It's a wild shade for Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
Where's Dennis Rodman?
But then I love this, 90s NBA.
And that guy has
conversation.
no time for it. He's not like, oh, yeah, they were good too. He's just like, fuck Dennis Rodman. Bench him.
Well, he clearly doesn't know anything besides
No,
Michael Jordan.
but it's not
So then-
stopping him from
Yeah.
weighing in.
But then fringe sports guys like, I can name this other Chicago Red Bull. And it's just, I didn't.
Also,
Nike, it gives you wings.
There we go. Love that. Yeah, so looking forward to Halo coverage this weekend.
will you just pull up in the hotel and
I will get on Wi-Fi as soon as we hit altitude, and I'll be watching it
Oh, let's go. On the from the charter,
on the charter.
as you dine on Parmesan-crusted filet mignon.
Yeah. I mean, we're hitting elimination play on Saturday afternoon.
the truth is
Can't miss that.
there's a better chance that at least one of those guys is aware of this tournament than like anybody my age. You know what I mean? Like if you walked into the dad's club and said Optics got a big one Saturday, you're going to get stares. But in the Cowboys room, if you had all of them plus staff, I bet somebody knows. They
Yes.
play, they game.
Yeah.
Somebody on that plane is also going to be live streaming
No.
this.
Or they'll be
No
looking
way.
to you
Yes.
for updates.
Yes.
Like everyone
Yes.
was to me when Kobe died.
Yeah.
I dare you
That's my
to
Hindenburg.
break into the players section
Mm-hmm.
and scope it out, and then you can bond with them.
Anybody want to watch this SSG match
A little
with me?
optic.
Yeah.
Go optic.
Do the Cowboys still have like ownership in is it Complexity?
No, they sold.
Oh.
Yeah, Jerry had it for a little bit, and then the original owners came back in, I think last year, and bought it back. The next one, poor audio quality, but it's a short clip. It's from Tom Brenneman.
Excellent.
Who's back doing
He's on the
games.
CW doing ACC games.
He's back, yeah. And that had to be.
He did put on that headset again.
He did?
As it turned out.
He did. Do you think? Okay, so when did he come back?
I think it was last year.
2024. I'm just trying to track if this plays on our list of things.
Things that are back.
I mean, it may have preceded it a little bit, but I feel like the big man getting elected helped Brenneman get back to the booth.
So
And that's good for him.
if he's doing ACC games, then he's probably going to do a Florida State game at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And their quarterback's last name has
Yes.
history
Tiana.
Yes.
with Thom.
Bulls came in, of course, with back-to-back wins over ranked opponents, trying to make it 3 in a row. And in the state of Florida, so far this year, what a start for the Seminoles. Thomas Castellanos, how about him? Off to a big-time start.
He leaned into it.
He knows it. He knows
Of
it.
course.
He should.
So that's good.
I don't know how to regard Brenneman because when he said it in like a really mean way. Like he didn't
It was
say it in like a
full-throated.
joke, like a joke, or are you talking about your buddy or something? It really felt hateful.
Yes.
And that's harder to know what to do with because other than that, he's just a good play-by-play guy to me. I don't know if he's good. I don't want to get into the world of my opinions versus you because if these guys are good, and then you listen to us talk about it, and you're like, I don't know what they're talking about. It's probably like an athlete.
It's all subjective, though.
Sure, but
Just like anything.
but it's
what you might like is different from this guy over here, or what she might enjoy listening. Like that it doesn't matter. And ultimately for us, only thing matters is who's scheduling the games and who's hiring and all of that.
Boy, you should hear Ted off the air. Just dog cussing all these other play-by-play guys like they suck.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
And that's why I say this. Hey, Blake.
Yes, sir.
It's time for sports, and it is brought to you by our good friends at Trident Access Services, kings of the sea, and now kings of your garage door situation. They'll help you get in, they'll help you get out. That's the access part. And what they have right now, something I didn't even really know you could do for your garage door situation, a fall tune-up. Maybe there's something going on with your garage. You hear it, it's a little off, and you're like, well, I guess that'll just be that way forever. Doesn't have to be the case with Trident Access Services, txtrident.com. The tune-up is $39.99. They'll inspect the door, the opener, the hinges, tighten any loose hardware, lubricate, lube it up, the moving parts, inspect spring, cables, rollers, and track for the right tension, alignment, operation. These are the things he's going to do whether you or I understand them. It's going to let you know if you're in good shape or whether or not you are headed for disaster. You'll get a 10% discount if you do get work done. And then, again, that tune-up, $39.99, txtrident.com. Hit up Jeremy, 817-512-1212, veteran-owned company, txtrident.com, Blake.
And he'll let you squeeze his biceps.
Well, I was looking at his calves because he's got like he's in the Navy, and he has like a big-ass calf Poseidon tattoo, which you can only
mess with
get
that
if you were in the Navy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked the other one.
Yeah,
Why don't we mix it up?
there's a few different things named sports, so
I like it.
I clicked the wrong one. Here you go. Here's the other one.
Well, not now, though. The moment is
let's
kind
run
of,
through-
you don't have to do this one again.
Shit. Okay.
Let's run through the entire library.
Just a quick run through here of Cowboys' sounds of the sideline. We've highlighted before that they will not do this bit if they lose. I wonder if they would have done it for a tie if it would have been like a heartbreaking, like blown lead against the worst team.
Right.
I feel like are we doing it for a tie is case by case.
The tie that felt so much better because you were a touchdown dog at home.
And the implications.
Yeah. You put up 40 on one of the best defenses in the league.
Right. So they did it, and I thought I'd give you a couple quick highlights from that. This is They're Just Like Us. This is Dak and Joe Milton talking about the Vidya board.
I'm watching the screen and they ain't paying attention. I ain't even realized that until that. That's how I really looked up.
So they're saying they didn't know the roof was open.
Yeah.
I'm watching the screen and they ain't paying attention. I ain't even realized that until that. That's how I really looked up. Screen needs to be lower. It hurts your neck.
The screen needs to be lower.
Yeah.
It hurts your neck. So they're on the bench complaining about the accommodations.
It's like sitting in the front row at IMAX. It's not ideal.
By the way, I went to see the movie last night. I went to see One Battle After Another. Have you seen it yet?
No. Heard great things.
Yeah. We were the only two people in the theater, we thought. And then one guy walked in and was like, well, there goes Hange. But I don't know that I'm like IMAX. Do you have to be a certain quality of a film appreciator to really drive to Dallas? Like the different screen just doesn't compute with me. Like driving somewhere to see it on a different screen.
I mean, unless they remember Oppenheimer a few years ago. If they, it was designed for this. Like that's part of the experience. But just normal movie, even award-winning movie, that doesn't do much for me.
I think that, like, Clayton, will you do that? You're a film guy. Like, I think they say to see this one on film.
There's certain movies that are like shot on IMAX cameras specifically for it. Like Oppenheimer, I went and saw it in IMAX.
Yep, I did too.
But I guess my question is, how much of the general public can really distinguish that much of a difference? Because I don't think I can. You can steal this one from Brad if you haven't already. This is during a Josh Jacobs walk-in touchdown.
Man in motion, Love under center, no play action, handoff, and Jacobs walked the dog.
He walked the dog, folks.
Brad will use it even with the opponent.
Yeah. If you're into the end zone,
that's right.
You're walking
if you're
the dog.
strolling in.
But it was a goal line. Like, you didn't have time to...
Well, Also, he was touched. It's a weird call, but then I want you to listen to the Cowboy players because they just got beat by a screen, and the Cowboys ran a screen.
Hand off, and Jenkins walked the dog.
Screen is the only thing they got to throw. We got to play the screen. Got to come off of it.
All right, yeah, that didn't work out either. Towards the end of the game, something else that shouldn't be having to happen.
Scream louder!
Stand up, Evan Scream line. That's your quarterback.
Yeah.
In a 40-37 game on the final drive. And this last one I wanted to play is it's after the James Houston strip sack because I'm always kind of a big fan of learning who the team mascots are on the team. The guys that the players are rooting for the most. You can pick it up. It's usually somebody who, like in James Houston's case, third team, 6th round pick, trying to hang on. Like Barry Church was this guy for a while, and then he became a starter. And you could tell, like, guys root for that guy. And the response to James Houston strip sack I thought was great.
He pumps. Ball stripped out. Cowboys got it at the 15-yard line. Houston came away with the football.
Do you know what that's from? So
No.
a couple of weeks ago, I think it was I can't remember which Cowboy game it was. And I don't know if we can play it or not. I think they beep it, but it's from the sounds of the sideline where James Houston had a big sack. It might have been the Giants game. I can't recall because, they've only won
That would
one
be
other
the
one.
only other
yeah.
one.
And Dak was just yelling, in parentheses, they put player, man, that's James Houston. That's James Houston. He's just screaming the N-word after a sack. And now all the guys on the sideline are grabbing James Houston, pointing at the back of his nameplate and just yelling, and that's James Houston. And the Cowboys just have to edit it and put another word in the captions.
Houston came away with the football. Snap back.
And now Pickens is going to score right away, and we're going to come back to James Houston.
Standing with time. Thrown in the end zone. Caught by Pickens to the post.
They can't get them all. Change the game. Football's insane, and I love it.
What would Berline's reaction be if I
That's a
used
great
that on a
question.
James Houston sack?
That's a
I don't know.
We can say that again?
yeah. Wow.
It's back.
Wow. He just I don't know. I feel weird commenting on you all's like even Blake coming back with reports of Uber line. I don't want to mess anything up.
What do you mean?
Just that
Do you think Steve is watching right now?
No, I don't think he is.
I can
but
guarantee you he's not.
I know, but neither were the Mavs lawyers live, but they still emailed and sent letters. Like it happens.
You want to hear what Berline said when Bad Bunny playing the Super Bowl halftime when that was announced on Sunday, how that went down?
Who?
So Sunday night, we're the only game, right? But there's still a studio anchor that is doing in-game updates, scores from earlier in the day. And Zach Gelb is his name. He's in New York. And as a final note before kicking it to us, we're in the third quarter or whatever. And guys, I know that you guys are excited. It has been announced Bad Bunny will be playing the Super Bowl halftime show. So I have fun. It's like, yeah, let's go. Bad Bunny, Santa Clara. And Steve just has the most confused look on his face. And so I say, Steve, who are you hoping for? Like Taylor Swift? I mean, that would have been great too. But he's like, Bad Bunny. Okay, that's a new one. I'm gonna have to look that up.
He did on the way home.
Okay. And what was his review?
Conversation.
2 thumbs down.
Did you pass him the aux and try some tunes?
No, he looked it up on his phone, and what he found was a video of a guy watching Bad Bunny music videos. So I had to explain, no, that's not Bad Bunny.
That's a reaction video.
Wow.
So look at the top guy. That's Bad Bunny. He's like, oh, it's a guy. Yeah, it's not a group. It's a dude. He's like, oh.
Yeah, dead on arrival right there.
No,
The male going by Bad Bunny is not.
I mean, was he thinking Playboy Bunny? Did he hold out hope there? Or,
Well,
I don't know.
He thought it was a group first.
Okay.
And I said, it's one guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that killed about 5 minutes for our drive.
But imagine there being a group, Bad Bunny, that is so famous to play the Super Bowl, yet he's never heard of them. Like, wouldn't they be everywhere? Like, when's the last time just a band played the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
The Who?
Yeah,
Right.
We do have more Bad Bunny in viewer mail today.
Awesome.
Let's see here. What do we want to do? Do you think we're gonna hit noon?
I think. Clayton just gotta tell us.
Okay. What's a short sports thing we could do? Because I want to talk Ryder Cup. Oh, I got one for you.
Yeah, I wanna hear it.
Said no one ever, but
Well, I want to talk Ryder Cup with Ted because
Right.
Dan and Blake didn't want to talk Ryder Cup.
I'm happy to talk about it with you.
I don't really care that I'm not going to watch the WNBA on a consistent basis. But I love that the WNBA is getting more popular. And I would like for the WNBA to continue to get more popular, stay popular, and be viable because I have this revolutionary opinion that ball is good. In all ways, ball is good. It is good for society. It is good for the culture. If there's more girls playing basketball and there's more people supporting them doing that, I think it's cool. What the WNBA seems to be running into right now, because it's been a dramatic week. They may be headed for a lockout. One of their stars in her end-of-season press conference went on a prepared statement rant, just blasting everything from the officials to
Queen
league management. That's right. So that's all playing out, and maybe we can spend more time on that at a later time or date. I got this email from a guy. There's a post on a WNBA Reddit about the Wings, right? Because I think what's happening with the WNBA is like a lot of things. It hasn't been very popular, so it hasn't been being held accountable and being watched over. In a league like that where nobody's paying attention, I bet you there's a lot of scammy, grifty, mismanagement, skimming. Like, they're getting by. And now that they're making a ton of money, people are starting to ask questions about the revenue split and about the officiating and about all the things that a legitimate league has to address. They've kind of just been skating as like a JV operation, and now the lights are bright, the money's big, and I feel like they're getting exposed a little bit. So this email regarding the Dallas Wings, someone said, I'm the director of a performing group in North Texas. We got an email today from an AE with the Wings inquiring if our group could perform the Star Spangled Banner at one of their games. They said they would love for us to be a part of this special occasion, highlighted it would be great exposure, said ask to respond if interested. The group's been performing for over 65 years. We responded with enthusiasm, gave some highlights of our frequent and recent performances, and she responded with, the Wings account executive, for performance groups, we require a specific number of tickets to be purchased. We are finalizing what that number may be, but it'll be likely more than 75. This includes participants, family members, friends, or whoever may want to come and support the group and watch the game. The national anthem supplies groups with a great level of exposure, especially with the growth of the league. We're currently taking $50 deposits to secure your spot and give you priority access, blah, blah, blah. I'll set up a discounted ticket link for you. Many groups go with the ticket link option. We will start the conversation process for deposits in the new year. It's just a solicitation.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how this normally works, but this lady says this has never happened for us. Like, we've done it for the Rangers multiple times, veterans groups, parades. He said the Rangers actually gave us tickets so our friends and family could come out and enjoy the game afterwards. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you can't get away with that. But that sort of bait and switch goes on in fledgling, I want to say shady to an extent, organizations. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how common that is, but I believe it for sure. Yeah, we'd love to have you come out.
Just give us
Buy 75 minimum tickets. Jeez. Give me the deposit now, and you can do the anthem for us. Like, that's just such a backwards way of looking at your product, business, promotion, all of it. So anyways, there's a WNBA. They're hotter now.
Are they getting up for their winter season, or what's next for them?
Blake, would you be surprised if I told you that the WNBA finals start tomorrow night?
Really?
The draft is Saturday.
Oh, who
No, I
made
made
it?
that part up. They're playing hard.
Did Caitlin Clark
Aces?
The Aces have got to be in it. No, I don't think so. But the Aces are definitely in
Mercury
it.
and
Mercury and the Aces.
Yeah. Speaking of women's issues, while we wait on our friends, Blake, give me 30 seconds on Jane Goodall.
Can't.
Give me 10 seconds.
I saw people saying a lot of nice things about her. I think she was old.
Yeah.
91.
That's old.
Jane Goodall, this year's John Madden. And by that, I mean, didn't know you were still alive. Kind of forgot. And then Madden died, and you're like, oh, whoa. Jane Goodall was a researcher, a scientist.
Primates.
Who taught primates how to speak in sign language, thus proving their mental capacity.
Okay.
But it definitely always felt like she wanted to bag a gorilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know it's there. It's too close to a human to be that in love with it and tell me there's nothing sexual about it.
God.
Blake gets it.
I'm with you. Yeah, I don't know this lady.
Any, okay. Hey!
Look who it is. From New York.
I'm in love with Dan McDowell. Yeah, I'm in love with Dan McDowell. How's woke?
Big Jane Goodall fan over here.
It's a pretty big chair you're sitting in.
Was that
Thanks.
That is huge. Was that big for you when you told your daughters, like, boy, you could teach an animal sign language?
Actually, I didn't know she was the one that did the sign language bit. I just knew she lived with the monkeys.
Yeah, you could be right. I don't know. I thought it was a language-based communication thing. She did live with them.
Yeah, which is also, I did a little Jane Goodall reading this morning. Not very scientific.
Yeah,
it's very, she did learn some things that no one had known before. I guess they do actually use tools and
yeah, that's
like
what
that.
it is. It's her studying their communication with hands, but not teaching them.
Okay.
It's like facial expressions and all that stuff.
Yeah, Jane did not teach primate sign language, but she did meet Coco, the gorilla, who learned sign language from Dr. Penny Patterson.
That's either me being dumb, a Mandela effect, or a combination of the both. But
is her name really Jane, or is that because of the Tarzan thing?
That's a good question. How's
You
woke
aware of
New
Tarzan?
York?
Oh my gosh, I'm in the wokest, I think, part of New York that you could be in.
You may be in the wokest part of the country. Like, it's
Yeah, New York as a whole is woke. New York City probably has its share, but you get here in a liberal arts college campus, and here we are. We're flying, bro.
You could be jailed for microaggressions at a place like that. You need to be careful with that game day Men's Health ad. That's just the idea of testosterone is offensive on a campus like that.
Yeah, the riz that's protruding from my pores.
They're not ready
it's
for
palpable.
it. Yeah.
People know. Hey, where are you from?
And yet you're sitting in what looks to be a cuck chair.
It is debatable. So with the hotel, I opted for the 2 queens instead of the king.
Yeah, food bed.
What do you call? I call to put my stuff on bed.
Yeah.
You eat food in one particular bed?
Yeah, I might have stole this from Sam Anderson from the Quaker City Nighthawks when they would tour. But yeah, you're always ordering food at a hotel if you're a drunk like us. So, you got to have a bed. Where are you also going to eat it? There's not a table usually set up for that. But if you can just eat in bed and then leave it all over there. Gross.
Yeah.
Keep the other one pristine.
That's right.
Sleep in.
Well,
Clayton will be happy to know that I stopped at a Taco Bell to celebrate the 20 years of the what is it?
Crunch
the Black
Wrap?
Bean Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first stop after landing in Buffalo.
You didn't grab Life by the box?
Don't know
Absolutely.
if they have Bueno.
I guess maybe they don't have Bueno
Bueno's
up there.
regional.
Oh, you're talking about Bueno.
Yeah.
I thought yours. Okay.
All right, Picks today is brought to you, Dan, by Community Mechanical. Their website is communitydfw.com. That's our HVAC company. They have a promotion going for you right now. This promotion involves Brandon Aubrey because Community Mechanical is the HVAC company Brandon Aubrey went to, saved him a ton of money when another company said this is going to be $1 billion. The Cowboys promotion, any customer that purchases a new HVAC system between now and the end of football ball will get a $1,700 discount.
Really?
Get it?
How did I not know about this?
If Brandon breaks the NFL record for the longest field goal this year, 17 listeners will get their preventative maintenance costs refunded for the entire year.
Wow. That's got to be all, right?
No. If Brandon kicks a 70-plus yard field goal at any point this season, we will give away an all-expenses-paid trip to a mutually agreed-upon 2026 Cowboys away game, which Brandon may be on another team for. Plane, hotel, game tickets, and a Brandon Aubrey jersey and $250 cash, which you're going to look silly wearing when he plays for the Bengals. To one lucky listener who got a new system during the promotion.
You're the guy who's like, oh, don't say that about Luca.
CommunityDFW.com. CommunityDFW.com. Here is Picks.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is time for DeeZ Picks.
That is correct. DeeZ Picks this week. It's the Dumb Zone versus Cirque Sirois. Hey guys, this is my friend Ted Emrich. Dan, Danny, Cash, Mike Sirois.
I thought it was Tom.
Why are you?
It's actually Todd, as Berline called me.
You got a
first name we worked together.
They put Tom on the website. Tard Emrich.
Tard Emrich.
But Sirois ready to ball out because he's yet again watching.
Yeah, what we got?
Appears to be 90.
SummerSlam 95. What we
Mr.
got?
Perfect and somebody.
No. That's the Hitman once again.
Oh, and is that Big Daddy Cool?
There was. Yeah, Diesel.
Yeah. Is that Survivor Series?
Yeah, Survivor Series.
Yeah. Hell yeah. First table spot.
Damn.
Brett gets thrown through a table.
Diesel, Kevin Nash. What other names did we have for him?
Yeah, Diesel. You nailed it.
Okay.
Big Daddy Cool Diesel.
Damn. That era ruled.
Yes.
You love wrestling, Danny, right?
Yeah, man. In 1983.
Hey, I
was a kid.
I had like a 5-year era.
The Nature Boy Ric
6-year
Flair.
era. Right now.
I was more of a Jimmy Superfly Snuka dude, and
There you
shit
go.
went bad for him.
Okay.
The ultimate Kemp spin.
Yes.
The Dumb Zone is 59 and 61 collectively. CDS 54 and 66.
Good.
What
God,
happened,
Cash.
Him. Yeah. So real quick, this is not. Hold on.
Yeah,
Just hold
yeah,
on.
yeah. The floor is yours. You have some PR to do.
Thank you. This is not a criticism at all in any way about the way that we're playing this game. No. This is not
a criticism.
This is not a criticism. What I am telling you is that because we're doing these games the way we're doing them and when we are picking them, I am not enjoying myself, and it is messing up my personal picks life because I'm selecting games on Thursday and then I have that in my head for the games that I pick personally on Sunday. I can't get out of my own head space. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. I'm not happy. I'm not pleased with my football life. And it's because of this thing, but it's fine. We're all playing on equal footing. It's all good. I'm not having a good time, guys.
You know what this is, Blake?
That
You should
appears to
know.
be the tiniest violin.
Yeah, it's
The world's
small.
tiniest
Yeah.
violin. We're playing.
I
it
can
right
barely
now.
even see it.
behind behind the commentary there. Now, it's not what happened to the Sirois. It's that we have a secret weapon. Jake Kemp, 10-0 last week, my brother. 10-0.
Hey, thanks,
Credit.
guys.
The king.
Even a squirrel find a nut when he come out the tree sometime, as a great
King of all
man,
picks.
as a great man once said. Yes, I did go 10-0 last week.
Me?
I did go
no.
10-0 last week. Now, Dan, elsewhere in the Dumb Zone picks, a bit of an anchor at 2-8, and now I know what they mean when they say that you're concerned with someone's play, because I am concerned with your play. There's several decisions in a row where we've said, "Don't do it, friend." Text Hope NY. You're gonna need. You're up there now.
Blame your teammate. Remember last week I had a good triple play, and he's like, "Oh no, you gotta do Baker because you said Baker one day." And
I'm
okay.
here holding you accountable.
I know, but you should have just let me roll. I was cooking.
On the other side of things, Mikey and Danny both split at 5-5. Cash went 1-9. The only win he got was the Cowboys. That doesn't feel like stable. That feels like you should have. That's not what you want to hang your hat on.
How did Blake do?
Blake went 5-5. Also split it.
Oh, okay.
Also split it there because he got his triple on TCU, which was very in danger.
Yeah.
Very, very in danger.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a push? You had another push triple for him?
Does that count as a win, or do we have a push column?
No!
I'm just saying.
Why even mention it?
You've had 2 barely triples.
Okay, so our games this week are your Cowboys pick on the air, your triple play, and your
No,
we
we
don't do wild card unless it's your triple. All right. And do we have any thoughts, any movement on payoff situations? Are we waiting on potential commerce, as there is some that is potential? Where you got any updates on this? Or we reset the plan of it's either stand-up comedy or stream?
Weren't we last week saying, you choose which the loser can choose which one of those they want?
Oh yeah, I like that, like hell, but the opposite.
Yeah.
We were talking before our show the other night that the 24-hour stream idea would be kind of cool if it was like on a NFL playoff night where you started the stream at like 11 o'clock the night before or whatever, or 10 o'clock, whatever, and then you started the stream, then you went through all the middle of the night garbage, but then you got to build up for the NFL games that were going to happen the rest of the day. That seems kind of cool.
I like scheduling it around something more than just it's Tuesday, go carry 18 hours or something.
Yeah.
But that's very doable.
Like Saturday night, right? You can watch Saturday Night Live. You can watch Up All Night with Rhonda Shear.
You could catch the 700 Club on the other side of things.
Well, I'm noticing that they're coming up with more fun ideas the further they fall behind.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were thinking it would be catered and there'd be women and just whatever.
The first idea was take a sex doll to a movie theater.
Right,
now
yeah,
they're like, I don't know, let's just have some fun and watch some football.
Yeah, dude, I got an idea for the losers: 3-way Chinese dick trap on camera. Now it's like, what about the Bahamas? But it's all of us, and we have to like do content,
and somebody else pays for it.
Yeah, it's
Winners
good.
pay a 3-day cruise. You're stuck on the doo-doo boat.
I like that Mikey wants to live stream commentary, meet the press the next morning.
That'd be fantastic. I would love the bag is empty and he's shaking it out. Meet the press coverage. 9 a.m. That'd be great.
Let's see, what is that? 3 viewers. Awesome.
So I thought doing a stream meant you would have to do like a show. You're saying you just want to stream people watching you watch other shows.
Well, I mean, I think you just do whatever. Like, I think you do a show, but you're not going to like call up Charles Haley next hour and like Bill Bates next hour and
or are you?
Yeah.
You're talking about 24 hours of content. If you watch our show, we spend 15 minutes doing virtual marble races.
Live tonight at 8 on YouTube, by the way. Live tonight at 8 on YouTube.
Thank you for that.
So before picks, do you want to hit this Rivian thing that we're doing?
Oh, yes.
8 Central.
Fantastic.
Hell yeah.
That's a good call, Dan. Yes, we are front trunk goofing at at the state fair. This is October 11th at high noon. And with our friends at Rivian, they're giving away $11K worth of handmade goods from craftsmen right here maybe from Clayton, our technical director that does leather work in his spare time. You could also win a pair of custom cowboy boots.
Could he make us like a leather thing that
you bite
goes in your mouth with like a ball in? Yeah. Can you do that, Clayton?
No, the company they're using, Odin Leather.
Too?
Say it again?
Odin Leather goods?
That's
Great
like
place.
a high. Yeah, I actually have heard of that. They got $1,000 gift cards to Texas Heritage or the aforementioned Odin Leather Goods. It'll be us versus Cirque du Sirois in a cornhole front truck hold challenge.
Hell yeah.
I've never seen in my life the big game treatment applied to a part of a car. Like, you can't say Super Bowl, you say big game. We say front truck hole instead of what the other company calls it. But you can go to rivian.com/bigtext and enter to win. That's rivian.com/bigtext.
Shorten that to F-hole.
That's right. It's the Cornhole F-hole challenge. So come see it. If you're out at the fair, if you go to the game, come hang out, and all will be merry.
We want all 75,000 people to come out before the game.
Dude, my wife said the dumbest shit the other day. She's like, "You want me to bring the kids out there for that?" I'm like, have you been to the fair on Texas OU Day? What do we do? It's mayhem.
Insanity.
Don't the kids have to learn?
I don't know if you learn by losing them and having them trafficked like for 3 days and you find them and you're like, oh my God. That's
back in my day, that was part of growing up.
Wussification of America, man.
Part of growing up, we'd ride our bike to the mall, get accosted. You know, it was great.
Don't worry, we'll have the National Guard down here by next weekend.
Yeah, there you go. So you got to suppress. You get accosted, suppress whatever happened. You know, don't think about it till you take mushrooms. 25 years later,
yeah,
your neighbor starts to seem different in your mind. Like
you're gonna be fine. We didn't wear helmets. All that.
Yeah. So go to rivian.com/bigtext. Is
never drank water.
Is what we're saying. All right. So. Am I in first for the? Yeah, of course I am. A 10-0 is going to give you a runaway lead. I don't know. I was pretty ass the first few weeks.
Come on,
so I was
actually in first.
How shoddy of you too. Am I in first? Yes, I'm in first.
Maybe it has something to do with this "I'm in first" tattoo I got on my hand right here. I know this is boring. Like I don't want to keep doing it. So I feel like the smart play here is to triple play the Cowboys.
Uh-oh.
I'm not going to do it, but I think the Jets are the best 0-4 team you could get. Like, they turn the ball over a lot, and they don't get turnovers. I'm going to do your prep for you.
I'm not calling the game, but
they do have
thanks.
a pretty high – like, they move the ball. They stop the ball. They just don't get turnovers, and they turn the ball over. But I feel like 2.5 is not enough. This should be 6, right?
No,
it's the Jets.
The Cowboys are 1, 2, and 1.
It feels like the easiest money on the board right now.
Then triple it.
Triple play.
Triple it, Jake.
Triple play.
What's your other thought for the triple?
I have a couple college games that I'm looking at, but they're not near as exciting, like at all. So all right. We're going to go Cowboy triple play. I'm not going to go to this well every single time. 2.5 is just not enough. 2.5 is not enough.
Yo, what's up? It's Shoddy.
Here's the thing. They found the formula to success. If you go man coverage, you're throwing to Pickens. Just force feed him the ball. You make enough plays. You're happy you get off the field 3 times on defense, and you're covering a 2.5 spread. 2.5 is not enough. I'm triple playing the Cowboys. They're probably they're due for a couple turnovers. Let's see it.
Wow.
It's 2.5 points against an 0-4 team. Come on. This is the last week. And here's why I'm doing this.
Game, right?
Here's why I'm doing this. You won't even need Brandon. I know Brandon hates those games, but you won't even need him. This is the last week I'm going to be able to do this because they're going to win. After they win by 3 touchdowns this week, Vegas and the public will catch up, and I will no longer be able to take advantage of this market inefficiency. Give me the Cowboys minus 2.5. Next up would be our very own Mike Sirois.
I love to hear you tripling the Cowboys, and you're right. That 2.5, just too good to be true. and many men have walked up to the betting counter in Vegas with that in their heart and mind.
Especially with the Cowboys.
I am strutting like Diesel walking to the ring at Survivor Series to the window and betting the New York Jets.
Oh,
plus 2.5 points.
All right. I actually have the disclaimer for you. No. What have you seen? Okay.
Not much.
Yeah.
I think the Cowboys defense is still a effing joke.
You're not tripling. You're just taking the Cowboys.
No.
Okay.
I'm just taking the the Jets and the points. Who would triple this game? You
probably could catch up if you did triple. I mean, that's a 6-game swing.
He's not wrong.
I'm a patient man, a calm man, and through attrition, the
chip away.
The tortoise beats the hare. I'll take Jets plus 2.5, and then Trippy Trip. Give me the Fighting Chargers of Los Angeles as 3 at home against Washington. The returning Jaden Daniels. I will take Chargers minus 3 as my Trippy Trip.
Huh. Triple play.
We have a slight bit of controversy. Did you list it at 3 on the thing, Blake? Is that one of our pick games?
It's 2.5.
2.5.
Wait. Oh, okay.
It is listed at 3. It was 3 in the email yesterday.
On the email, it's always different than the link.
No, then we're going to have to honor that then. If there was like a 2-hour gap in between, that's when the line moved. So we'll give him 3.
Okay.
And we'll all play it at 3 if anybody else wants to. Or yeah, we have to. So play it at 3.
Well, I'm tripling it, so I'll take it at 2.5 if that's on the table.
That's
fine. I mean,
that's what he thought he did.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, did he say 2.5?
No. I said 3. Leave it at 3. The female says 3.
Mikey.
All good. Well, we'll win the push.
That's the problem. Is that the dumb zone is 90% true, 10% cheat, and Cirque du Sirois is more of a 50-50 split. If we're all being honest, cards on the table.
50-50.
They're into fucking magic.
Absolutely into magic.
Somebody has to hold them accountable. So for here, we'll go 2.5. So next up, we'll go back over. Actually, let's snake draft it. Up next, Dan Balls.
It doesn't matter 3 or 2.5, right? Because it push is a win. So same thing.
Okay, here you go. Danny, you're up. Esquire.
I like Mikey's strategy. We were texting this morning about some of the lines, and Cash had some questions. This is Mikey's strategy via text. He says, I love making picks that just feel awful and wrong.
There's something to that.
No joke.
And I feel like that has served him pretty well. And when I look at this game, I see the Cowboys injury report is about as long as Danny D's crank. But I'm still going to take him. I'm not going to triple him. I think that 2.5, like Jake says, is just a little too minuscule for them not to cover. And for the trip, give me the dirty, stinky Texas fucking Longhorns.
Ooh.
Whoa.
By 6.5 over Florida.
Whoa.
I like it. I'm feeling it. I think they're going to smash.
It kind of feels like they should, because every Florida game I've watched has been awful. But Texas, it just feels like trusting the Cowboys as the similarities continue. All right.
Texas beat them by what, 32 last year?
Yeah, now they've got a huge upgrade in quarterback, right? All right.
Do they?
So over to Ithaca Zone, Dan McDowell.
Thanks, guys.
If you bet,
for the picks,
the NFC South, by the way, is closed for business for you.
I was thinking of going. Did you want to do female POV for the picks?
Okay. Yeah, especially since I think I can see the bottom. I can see the actual bottom of your shirt.
I'm here.
How many shots has that hotel chair taken on
in a hotel?
No kidding.
You're just plopped
Dude,
down on it.
There's been serious reverse cowgirl with you and that. Oh my god!
Run the black light over that chair.
That was awful.
Let's
It
stop.
just blows up.
You know what? Why am I sitting on this?
I don't know.
I will take the comforter because I brought my own comforter.
Of course you did.
So I'll take the comforter off the bed usually and drape it around the chair so then I can sit on that. That's the way I usually operate.
Dude, it's so
I'm
funny that like people from Ohio, no matter where they go, have to cover their furniture to feel at home.
Either with plastic or another
just
blanket.
something.
Right.
I'm not used to it. Cloth on cloth.
For the Cowboy game, you say, Jake, what have you seen? You were incredulous when Sirois took the Cowboy or the Jets. And what have you seen from the Jets so far to indicate? What had you seen from the Bears to indicate that could happen? Lions, clearly, former Lions coordinators have the Cowboys number. And I will take the New York Jets getting 2.5 points at home for my single. That is not a triple play. My triple play, where I was teetering. I want to go to the NFC South.
I know.
I'm looking at getting 3.5. Baker Mayfield getting 3.5 points at Seattle.
Football
home
fentanyl.
of the famous 12th man. They invented the 12th man there in Seattle, as we all know. I'm going to be taking Tampa Bay, but I'm not going to make that my triple play. Instead, I will go with some logic that I was trying to throw down last week, and then Blake cut me off. We will go to England. We will go across the pond.
That's what they say.
That's what they say.
And a very, I don't understand the NFL rule that would not allow Pittsburgh to get there before Minnesota because they all have to be on equal footing as far as time zone. Yet Minnesota has been over there. Now it's going to be 2 weeks. And they're facing a Cleveland Browns team that is flying in, and they're starting a rookie quarterback, Dylan Gabriel. Did you see the Shador Sanders?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Video
doesn't really lend itself to our show, but Shador Sanders did a full 3-minute or maybe a minute and a half locker room availability as a mime.
Yeah, Cash is currently doing this.
Yes,
at the moment.
By the way, what's the difference? What's the word pantomime mean? Is that just what a mime does?
Mm-hmm.
With pants on.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, right? You ever thought of like where else would you use? Anyways, yeah.
So they're a mess. Obviously, it's weird. It's a weird situation. Like if they were to start Shador, and it's weird also because Shador is still the third string listed. I think Joe Flacco is now second string. If they started Shador here, Shador fans would cry that this is such a bad spot to start Shador. You should wait until you get back. Like, because it seems like such a bad spot to start Dylan Gabriel.
Oh yeah. Anybody who's made their personality for like a season, this quarterback should play instead of the other one knows that game all too. No, not here. That's not what I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Come on, what do you want him to fail? Sabotage.
Which we actually thought that might be a Jackson Dart problem last week when he got his first start against the red hot Chargers, but they ended up winning. Anyway, I'm not picking the Browns to end up winning. Browns quarterbacks making their first NFL start since they returned to the NFL are 0-16. They're 0-16 since they came back in 1999. That is a trend. So maybe they're due, but I don't think it'll be with tiny little Dylan Gabriel. Give me the Minnesota Vikings minus 3.5 in across the pond for my triple play. Hit the sounder.
I love it.
Triple play.
I feel.
Where is the game across the pond?
Listen, I was thinking the same thing you were.
Merry old England.
I was really hoping
England.
this game was in like Brazil or Germany or
Dublin last week.
Like, hey,
actually,
English.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah, that feels
Isn't
like
Gabriel a British name?
If by British you mean God.
Right.
Angelic.
So, godlike quarterback.
Right. All right, Blake, you want to go?
And that's how you go 1-9.
Yeah, hey, don't just
The laugh of a 1-9 man. The cackle.
I'm going to take the Jets. I think they can stop the run, and I think Sauce Gardner can hold down Pickens. The Cowboys make bad quarterbacks look good. Justin Fields will run all over the place. see the last time they went to play in New York against the Jets. Give me the Jets to cover that 2.5.
That's the strength
Jets
of our zone defense that you may have heard about. It's not as easy to just run the quarterback whenever your DBs don't have their backs turned.
Yeah,
but what if it's Justin Fields against Jack Sanborn in the open field?
It won't be Jack Sanborn. It'll be that guy, James Houston.
Anyway, I still like the Jets. I like the Chargers pick. I was going to do that, but I don't want to copy Sirois. Instead, I'm going to look out west.
My dad.
And
to our friends in the desert.
I can't think of a longer plane ride than Tampa Bay to Seattle. I heard that they actually might fly east to get there quicker.
Yeah, that's a new thing. They have new planes that it's actually faster to go through China.
Bucky Irving's hurt. Baker's hurt. Dan, he didn't even practice yesterday. They're not going to even sniff the Seahawks jockstrap. Give me Seattle -3.5 as my triple play.
I think that's a great pick, Blake.
Triple.
Sam Darnold is balls hot right now, and the Baker cycle does still exist.
Isn't NFL air travel probably more comfortable than your day-to-day life staying at home?
Ask
Blake. Who would know?
Yeah.
Ask Blake.
Blake does.
I don't have anyone bringing me steak and chocolate chip cookies at home, so
It's
yeah.
not like they're flying on a Cessna.
I don't know. They're losing time, gaining time. I don't know.
All right, well, the moment
going
we've all been
Seattle?
waiting for.
Yeah, dude.
You're betting against Baker for a triple play.
Yes.
No one believes in him.
No.
Here he is, Richard Sirois.
Richie.
Thank you.
The man, I mean, the thing about Cash that sucks is usually if he's actually busy and he's not able to get his picks in, there's a good reason for it. He's I was making this documentary about how they need water in Africa. And I was over there with India, name it. You've been there. Whereas when your friend is I forgot to do my shit. It's you were too high, or you're a bad friend. But it's hard to get mad at Cash complaining so much because I know he's doing things of value and none of us are.
Yeah, nobody else is busy.
A little tension. I like a little tension.
Slammed over here.
I'm underwater. I'm dog paddling. I can barely keep my head
up
above
to my
water.
ass in alligators. You like that one?
I had to push record on a camera. Wah.
Well,
it's true. It's true. I am scattered, and I'm grasping at straws at this point. I don't have answers, and my base, my foundation is frail. It's I feel weak. I feel pale.
There's still time, buddy.
And that's why I'm going to go hard this week, guys. For the first week of the season, I'm committing fully to my selections. The Jets defense is not great. I am scared, Blake, of Fields running all over the Cowboys. But in my flimsy creation of my plan, I checked the weather. It's going to be a beautiful day in New York. Dak Prescott keeps up the MVP pace, and the Cowboys win fairly easily.
Is it too late to change my pick? I'd like to triple the Jets now.
Hey, listen, he said something there that I've been saying for 4 or 5 weeks because I do a show with two haters. The Dak MVP thing it's real.
It's real.
If they win 9 games, especially as Lamar's playing himself out of the sympathy MVP, who else?
That offense in the third
legit.
quarter was awesome to watch, by the way, in the last game. I am sensitive in general right now. It's true. I'm a sensitive person. I have a false facade of strength. And you guys jab at me. It happens on my show all the time. I effing hate it. But it's okay. I know it comes with the territory.
Oh, Dan got his instrument out again.
However, I am personally sensitive to somebody over on that side of the table making Cash and his teams from the South last week or whatever. So I'm using that as motivation to go out west.
Okay, Jim Morrison.
I'm getting out. Yeah, let's get a taco.
Let's look out west, man.
There is one thing that I know for certain this weekend.
Oh, God.
And that's Colorado State is not going to go into San Diego State.
Mountain West Cash.
damn straight. San Diego State minus 6 points. My triple play.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch out for San Diego State.
Triple play.
You know what the best thing is about me doing picks is if I go 1-9, everybody just goes, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
I know. That's what's fun about this. It loses a little of its juice because like we're all pretty chill, but like Bob was like driven crazy by doing bad at picks. Like it would ruin like what are people going to think of me type thing, and it's like with us, you know, I don't know. Nobody expects much. What do you think of these picks, Ted?
I love them. I love picks.
Good.
I also
okay,
love.
that's awesome,
I also
man. I
love
appreciate
Dan.
that. Yeah. Thanks.
I also love Dan's Twitch jacket.
Oh, dude,
on.
He's effing your
I was looking
bro.
for that all morning yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Like, where's my jacket?
That jacket has never popped like that.
Oh yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's a TV guy for
Fit.
Look at that.
He looks like a streamer.
Look at that.
you. Yeah, he does. He's got the glasses.
Yeah, hit that like button and subscribe and shit.
Whoa.
That's the worst streamer ever. All right, well, this has been a lot of
Hypes on
fun,
that
guys. I know, right? It's tough
Jesus,
to do
he
a show
says
with him.
shit and sounds like a badass.
Yeah.
Very unnecessary.
All right, well, you
Stop that,
guys
Dan.
get back to your
Dan!
awesome.
Oh
Stop
no, that is
Get
the
him outta
surrender
here.
cobra.
Get him
it
out of
go
here.
down.
Super gross.
Yuck.
All right, bye, boys.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you something about that Dan POV shot. That was brought to you by fairlease.org. Or really, I guess Fairlease. The website is related to them. There you can lease your next vehicle. You can do it all online from the comfort of your own home. You know, you always say that, but some people's homes, not so comfortable. You can do it from your home. Perhaps you're upside down and alone, a lease. They'll help you get out of that. We've heard from multiple Dumb Zone listeners who were in that situation with, for example, D&M, and Fairlease helped them out to get out of that. We've got people who have used Fairlease for their commercial fleets. You guys are business people. You know what you need. You need Fairlease. If you go to the website, fairlease.org, you can click Request a Quote. That gets the process started. There's a How Did You Hear About Us spot. You can select The Kay Adams Show and sell your car and get paid fast with fairlease.org. They're affiliated with the Credit Union of Texas. We like Texas. You like Texas. Fairlease Navidad at fairlease.org. Almost got it.
Yeah, wait a minute, Uncle Hotmail. Hey, Uncle Hotmail. Uncle Hotmail, look at me. Is there an email in your box for me?
Gross.
Thank you so much to the Prophets and Outlaws. A number of communiques this week. We'll start with Brandon, who has a gay not gay, simply caring about the Ryder Cup. I don't know. I mean, it's a big
To each their own.
Yeah, kind of see it.
Adrian, this is a fun. He titled it "The NFL Super Bowl 28, 93." He must have been watching a documentary or something. He did indicate that he was stoned. Never thought about it before, but had the Chiefs beaten the Bills in the 93 AFC Championship game, the Cowboys versus Montana in a Super Bowl, the two Dallas franchises, would have been epic.
Bro.
He also said those 90s Marty Schottenheimer Chiefs were impressive for not having a lot of Hall of Famers. We've been like relitigating the career of Marty Schottenheimer because I don't, Dan grew up, like if somebody asked me 15, 20 years from now to talk about Jason Garrett, I feel like I would have a very like visceral, I remember every year, it seems like, and that's what Dan grew up with. So his son being the coach here, it's obviously a topic of interest. We had mentioned on the show that there was a rumor. It's on Greg Hill, former NFL running back Greg Hill's Wikipedia page. It's not entirely unsubstantiated, but the rumor was that Coach Schottenheimer was hooking up with Greg Hill's girlfriend and possibly got her pregnant.
Jeez.
Chad emails and says, I have another story about Marty that's 100% true. Back in the 90s, I was dating my now wife. She was a waitress at a bar and grill named, I will leave that out.
Okay.
Marty ended up becoming involved with the hot bartender who was in her mid-20s. He was mid-50s. He would fly one and her other bartender all away games, put them in a room, give them great seats to games.
Holy shit.
And he
Wow.
he's yeah, still friends with both bartenders. Unfortunately, she still bartends and has, quote, lost her fastball.
Damn, Marty Ball really hit, didn't
I
it?
love it. Yeah. Because, like, it's weird to think about Bill Belichick having sex, but for some reason, not so much Marty Schottenheimer. Perhaps that's just me.
You think he can lay the pipe?
Yeah.
Oh, he ran the ball with reckless abandon. You don't think he could deliver?
Yeah. You know he's establishing the run down there. A lot of blimp emails.
Okay.
For one thing, we heard from Travis, who said that it was hovering around Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, where he lives. He's married to a 28-year-old, and he pointed it out, and she had no idea the cultural or historical importance or significance. So somewhere between like Blake's age, also she doesn't watch a lot of sports, I would imagine. But, like, our wives definitely know what the Goodyear blimp is, right? Apparently that's going away. Jameson emailed on blimp conspiracy.
Excellent.
Per Blimp Talk yesterday, I thought you'd be interested in this conspiracy theory. Have you guys ever heard about, like, why we went away from blimps?
Mm-mm.
The theory is that they were, like, way too efficient. And that the Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan, Rothschilds of the day were heavily invested in gasoline, in oil. And that blimps were the most fuel efficient, and they were actually kind of like a luxury form of travel. And that the powers that be shut that down to reset everything. There's also an adjacent conspiracy. Have you guys ever heard of the vanilla sky theory? That, like, our society was way more technologically advanced than we think, but that the history has been all altered to just blank out the skies. It's a fun one.
That just sounds like a lot of work.
But for the global cabal,
sure.
Never got that movie, by the way.
Vanilla Sky?
Yeah.
I don't think I don't watch. The only time I watched weird movies in my life was when I was trying to have relations with more weird girls.
Yeah.
And
the film school chick or
Right.
Right.
You get into stuff that you might otherwise not.
Just the commentary on society, man.
Yeah, Garden State rules.
Paramore's awesome.
I dodged that bullet, but it nicked me. I'll tell you that.
Okay, Shane.
But I did. That's applicable in a lot of situations, man. For real. Think about, like, I feel like you and I, probably Blake too, we're three dudes who are not WT, but might have nicked me. The Whiskey Tango. This got me to Goodyear Blimp's Wikipedia page. There are currently 3 blimps, and they keep them East Coast, West Coast, and Akron.
And Akron.
Yeah, that's because that's where they're from.
Yeah.
So that keeps it to where they don't have to go too far.
All right.
And they even sometimes will transport them because, it deflates. They can transport it on, like, 18-wheeler. But I learned that in 2011, what we have now for the Goodyear blimps, they're not blimps. They're semi-rigid airships as opposed to the previous, which were no rigidity at all. So the pussification of America, even the blimps,
literally,
the blimps have gone soft, not soft.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, you don't want the wind pushing it to where it's not even close to the stadium.
Well, yeah, but they did it forever, and it was fine. It's probably a safety thing.
This aerial coverage of downtown Seattle, 30 miles east of the stadium.
It appears they're over a farm.
Trying to get it back.
So they have had a number of accidents, most of them in the very early years, but we had a couple of other instances. One of the balloons in the early 2000s was destroyed simply by a tornado. So that's something you have to account for. But the funniest one I found was a guy who had flown a remote control plane into the blimp. A model airplane, a remote control model airplane. This was in September of 1990. And this is kind of like me with drones, where you see it and you're like,
right.
So he flew his model plane into this blimp, creating a 3-foot hole. And the blimp had to make a hard landing at the nearby airport. The guy was arrested. So anyways,
down with blimps.
There's some news on blimps.
I got a couple here. One is really sad, and another one is a follow-up. So I'll start with the sad one. I got this message from a guy. He says, "My name is RJ Harbor. I'm the father of Blair and Brooke, son of Mike and Charlene. They were all killed in the 4th of July floods in Texas." He's listened to the show for a long time. He just wants to spread some news. He's begun a foundation called the Blair and Brooke Beloved Sisters Fund. It's at blairandbrooke.org, Blair with no E. And shares his email, his phone number. I'm going to put this in the show notes. If you're in the season of giving and would like to help a good subby who went through a tragedy, it'll be in the show notes.
This is his children.
His children and his parents. Yeah.
Man.
So I had a bad picks week and I thought my life sucked.
No, that's unconscionable. Like wrapping your head around it. Don't know.
Yeah.
I have no words other than good on you for doing something positive with it, and we will help.
For sure. So the follow-up...
And when I say we will help, what I mean is we will donate the money that our gracious listeners gamble with.
Just see if that helps.
We will donate for sure.
Yeah. So you did a story about a tree in Kyle, Texas.
Yeah, it was being moved because it was like 400 years old. They're trying to expand their roadways and traffic flow, and it's in the way.
So Tim brings up that you left out a key detail.
Okay.
Because people are saying, like, look at the history of this tree. So what? It blocks a road. It shouldn't be moved, but he said there's a monetary reason. The cost to move the tree is estimated to be over $900,000 to the city.
Well, so then there's actually 3 camps here, because the people who there are people who don't want it moved at all, and they're just like, they'll leave it there.
Right.
And then you're going to go with people who want to cut it down, which is also pretty cheap. And then that third option of like, hey, we're going to move. Nobody really wants to move it. You just decided on that as a middle ground, and now it's going to cost a city that I imagine doesn't have massive coffers $1 million to move it. But have you ever seen them do it? It doesn't look like it would be cheap. I've seen it. You know, you see it actually where I live quite a bit, because there's a lot of old trees, and by the lake, you'll see just tree in 4 parts on an 18-wheeler, like on 114.
Well, my idea was to get Jeremy from Trident and Travis Gafford to just pick it up.
Nate from Silverback. We roll big, man.
Yeah.
I just realized how much beef we have in our...
Pick it up and put it over there. That was amazing. $1 million to move a tree?
Yeah, I mean, you know, everything that gets bid for government is overpriced, obviously, but I still...
No one's thinking of the tree. It's got to change school districts and
I know.
make new friends.
Yeah. It's maybe a transfer job.
For dogs to piss on it.
Yeah. Dude, where I live, they'll move a house.
Yeah. That was big news.
There's still a couple houses over there that they moved that are, got to be 150 years old. And they drove it down 114 from the lake, and now it's in my neighborhood. It just sits there. Like, I assume they're going to do something with it, but currently nothing. A couple more here, points that Travis had. I think I had a post on the Ryder Cup because I heard the hardline talking about like the difference between how the Americans and the Europeans approach it and all that sort of thing. And it does seem that, and I use the word seem heavily here, that money is a bigger part of American sports than it is European sports. But the soccer players make a gajillion dollars. It just, for whatever reason, doesn't feel that way with the fans. This guy pointed out since WWE was purchased by TKO, their ringside tickets for major events are like $35K a seat. He
They've
said,
skyrocketed.
I know you used to watch it, and a hot crowd going nuts makes the match. Do you think people paying $70,000 for 2 tickets are going to lose their shit for a Stone Cold Stunner?
No.
He says, but when they're in Europe, especially France, the crowd is more hyped than Trump watching the fight scenes in Bloodsport. And here's why I trust this guy on his wrestling facts, because here's the end of his email. Finally, I enjoyed Hood County News because I spent about 4 months in their jail. I'm from Collin County, so I was unfamiliar with the fine folks out there. But I thought I'd
For
share
what?
some medical advice I learned there. Again, we are now doing Hood County Jail medical advice.
Okay.
Oh, God.
According to a fellow inmate, and by the way, this is not the grossest thing you'll hear in viewer mail today. If you ever want to know if your girl has the clap,
okay,
all you got to do is gather some of your earwax just before you do a little diddle, and if she reacts like it burns, she's got it. I stood there in complete shock. Who the F has just globs of earwax waiting to be used in a pap smear?
Well, in Hood County.
And he said, in second, I know that even when the girl said it burned, he did not hesitate to raw dog the S out of it.
God.
Hood County News. I told you this wasn't the grossest thing you would hear in viewer mail today. Do you have anything else, Blake?
I don't.
You want my ender?
Try to top that.
This is from Chris. I meant to send you this story before. But if you've wondered if it's only men who shove stuff inside of them that ends up requiring medical care, we had the mango story last week. I don't even remember how that came about. Who had the mango in the V? How did Dan have that story?
Yeah, I think just an email.
Well, this guy's got a follow up.
Okay.
Where is that? Back over here. He says, I have an uncle who is a doctor in a smaller town. Late on a Saturday night, he was called into emergency surgery. When he got there, he learned that it was a teenager. He says, we'll assume she was 18 plus. I mean, we're reading the email. Who had inserted a catfish in her puss. The catfish was not stuck in there.
Well, I mean, it is a catfish,
Ayo,
Jake.
TV Ted. But when she pulled it out, the spines got stuck and broke off in there. It's just like a Looney Tune eating a fish, except it's just you pull the bones are still there. Catfish stings are common on hands and can be painful and sometimes cause infection. Normally, the stings need to be thoroughly rinsed with water and spines removed with tweezers. This was obviously more complicated. It turned out that she did this as a dare from friends as they were partying and fishing at the lake. The girl's family is wealthy and respected in town. Her mother was present at the hospital, but the dad stayed away.
Mm-hmm.
Just needed to put some earwax on it.
There you go.
How'd they
Clear
get
that right up.
How'd they get the smell out of the fish?
Hey!
Blow him up.
Hey.
Blow him up.
We'll be right back, folks.
You're listening to The Dumb Zone.
Todd Emrich, fall is here.
So it is. Happy October.
And you seem like the type of guy that is into cooking at home.
Very much so.
Hearty meals on these cooler nights. I'd like to direct you to HelloFresh.
Okay.
HelloFresh. It's a meal prep delivery kit. You know, it's one you're going to make at home, but you don't have to go grocery shopping. You don't have to make sure you have an eighth of a teaspoon of this. They've got you covered. It's high quality stuff. They've doubled their menus to over 100 options each week for you. This is great stuff. Steak and seafood recipes, super, super high quality. The vegetables, super fresh. So why don't you go over to HelloFresh.com/dumbzone10FM. to get 10 free meals and a free item for life. 1 per box with active subscription. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. That's HelloFresh.com/dumbzone10FM to get 10 free meals and a free item for life. HelloFresh. Get cooking, folks.
Nailed it.
You think so?
I'm making some chicken Toscana tonight. Maybe HelloFresh can help me with that.
I knew it. I think you and I have talked about that before, though. Are you? You'll expand.
I love cooking, man. I love doing it.
How are you on the road as far as food goes? I know that's a tricky
It's a struggle.
thing.
It's a struggle. As Blake knows now, especially Blake has the seat on the charter. I'm not on the Cowboys charter.
Well,
I'm not,
because you're there to offer.
I'm not
an
big time
objective
like Blake.
opinion. He's in the back pocket as he fades the Cowboys every week.
When the spread is what it is, and listen, the Cowboys spread is there. I was talking with Mike Golick, who had the game on Westwood One. He was the analyst for their broadcast, and he's like, "There's no comparison across the league." And I figured that. I haven't been to every NFL stadium. Golick has, and they're like, everything they offer, and it's just, come back again. You want to load up another plate? Like, Blake, if you brought Tupperware, I really think you could make that work.
I got to do it.
You have to somehow make that work.
Yeah, they probably have ones that look less conspicuous, like it's not just like a generic bright pink top with a clear. You might have like a little lunchboxy looking thing that looks like what guys with Patagonia wear.
You know what you do? You separate your trips, like have your meal, but I'm bringing something to so-and-so who's down at the other end.
Yeah.
It's your to-go box.
Yeah.
And you just bring it home.
I would never do this with Dan here because he would really be like, what are we spending our time on? But I find this interesting because you're in good shape and Blake's in decent. Blake's in good shape, actually. Yeah. And I think for you, a lot of it is diet. Like, it's not like you're working out 6 days a week. So I have sort of adopted the I go all the way both, right? So I think to myself, if I can eat broccoli for breakfast every day, then there is no, like later on, if I have a meal that's just dog-s, like calorie and health-wise, and I do that, then later on I'll have like a piece of fish for a snack. And then I'll like have cheeseburgers.
What is this, Dan over here?
But like half and it's too much for me to try to make consistent, like good decisions. So I just make great ones and the worst ones.
Well, yeah, when you're at camp and ordering Popeyes at 11 p.m. or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's just that I'm an addict. This is like the way, because for me it works. Like I have to have the cheeseburger. I can't be feeling bad about that ever.
The hardest part for me is after a game, I am exhausted and I am so hungry, and sometimes you make that bad decision where you order, instead of just the 6 to 8 wings, you get the party pack. And like, this was, I don't need all of this, and your eyes are so much bigger than your stomach.
See, you've been doing this for so long. Like, I still get a dopamine hit after the game, like if we've done well, and I just want to celebrate with like ice cream or something to where like I've done a good job. It's a reward, what have you. But and then you walk into the room and there's just a dessert table.
Yes,
there's
ice cream. What other NFL stadium offers a post-game spread for media?
You got to take advantage of it.
That's right. And that's right. The taps are open after the game. Like, Berline, come on, man.
Dude, I gotta get on him.
I will help.
Beat traffic.
I will help. No, you can't beat traffic.
Let's just go sit and chill.
That was proven again. You knew that, and now he gets it. And so in a couple of weeks, when they're back home, trust me, I'll try to sell him on it too.
A quick viewer mail follow-up, because we actually got the follow-up right before the show or maybe during the show. Blake, try to explain this to me. Somebody said, hey, just making sure you got the $862 in your Venmo.
Yeah, see, that was...
And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but...
I was really glad to get that email because it was yesterday, we had a $862 Venmo deposit. And, I'll see these come in for sit-ins, but I had no context for what this was. And there's like pitchfork emojis in this. And it says, still need your address for the poster. And so I was just going to give it a few days. Maybe this guy would email in or what have you. But then, sure enough, he did, from Nicholas. And Jake and I were not attached to the original email, but we did get the follow-up. And basically what this guy did was fade TCU because I picked them last week during picks.
And this guy must be an Arizona State fan or alum.
He says, on Thursday and Friday, I found myself shaking my head as I listened to the likes of Blake and Jared Sandler saying Arizona State was, in quotes, not good. Josh Hoover, blah, blah, blah. Because of this, I placed a sizable hedge to Blake's used to work for them pick of the week.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah. I placed a money line pick that also won because you forgot about Sam effing Levitt.
Oh, yeah. How can you forget about Sam Levitt?
And here it is. Yeah, he wagered
Tyson's good.
Nearly $1,500 and won about $900 of it. He used some of that to buy a Sam Levitt Arizona State poster.
Framed. It's $138. He sent the image. It's a framed. Who has a Sam Levitt poster?
We do now.
We do now, yes.
Amazing.
So, yeah. Good dude. He gave us his winnings and we get a Sam Levitt poster.
Put it next to the Baker Fathead over
This is
there.
really, really weird.
Thanks, Nick.
But I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, you want to do some news, Blake?
As soon as I can find it.
That's okay.
Because I was looking at this sweet Sam Levitt poster.
It is a sweet Sam Levitt poster.
Here's Jake with the Dumb Zone News.
And I think this is probably appropriate. We're going to mention Frankel and Frankel here because there's a lot of people getting personally injured in the news every day. 214-817-333-3333. They've got all the expertise and experience in the world. They've got people who used to work for the insurance companies. They're going to take care of you. So hit them up, Frankel and Frankel, for your personal injury needs. Just a quick hit to start things here. A guy who is headed straight to the Dumb Zone News Hall of Fame, Johnson County Sheriff Adam King.
Oh, yeah.
He's the one who you wouldn't want to know what he would have done to you in his younger days if you were a female in his office. He's charged with sexual harassment, we'll get to that. Sexual harassment, abuse of power, oppression by sexual harassment, retaliation against a witness, and now I believe he was arrested this morning. As he was arraigned last night for lying to a grand jury. You always forget they're going to tack that on as you're trying to.
I hate it when my parents did that.
Oh, yeah. And you lied about it, too.
You get 1 lick for what you did and then 2 licks for lying about it.
All right, shouldn't you be proud that I have self-preservation and I know in the animal world this would work well for me?
I thought I deserved it until they said that. Okay, just go get over yourself. Get it over with.
So one of the lie that they're focusing in on is it is provable now that he changed the work schedule of one of his accusers after she came forward. And that is retaliation. And he lied about that. They're going to find the schedule. I don't know. There's stuff you can lie about, like when it was just you and her in the room. Go for it. Maybe she has a recording and you're screwed. But stuff they're just going to, find the paperwork. I don't know.
Hashtag not smart.
No. And hashtag don't believe all sheriffs. Not all.
All right.
This story caught my eye. I'm not super familiar with all of the private schools in Dallas, so I don't know which ones are elite and which ones are just your normal church school. But this is
Garland Christian,
St. Pius X Catholic School and Church in East Dallas. Now, do they say St. Pius X? I don't know.
I would think St. Pius X. Yeah,
that's just a really wordy name for a school. But St. Pius,
I've heard of that school in Houston. They've turned out some good players through the years. I haven't heard of the one in Dallas.
So this one is in East Dallas.
Okay.
And they had a bronze tiger statue which is their mascot. Now, in my head, I'm like, I am aware that it is homecoming season and that there's a lot of that HOCO going on because I made the pretty brutal mistake. I mean, how would I have known, I guess? But I went to the movies in South Lake Town Square last night. And if you live in South Lake, homecoming is a week-long event.
Right.
Apparently, because Wednesday night, it was nothing but teens.
Is this where women,
teens and adults?
Is this where women get the birthday week idea?
Because of homecoming week? Or it's that or the other way. It's that women plan homecoming.
Dude, are you seeing it already with your kids at school? This day dress up like this, and Tuesday do this, and
you
Wednesday.
can also pay money to go march in the homecoming parade,
right?
As a little cheerleader.
Yeah.
Again, Dallas Wings. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to pay for that. But anyways, that's the first thing I thought. I see school gets its statue of its mascot stolen. But in comments to DPD, they're like, yeah, it's bronze. This is just somebody's going to boost it. Like it's going to get melted down. Apparently that's something that's you're just able to do. Like I give you a bronze statue and I'm like, give me what you got. I don't think you're coming back with 10K, which is what they say it would take. It's worth.
Guess they got the guys on camera.
They do have them on camera, and it's it's like 30 minutes long. And they do the classic Looney Tune thing of when they're yanking on the tiger statue so hard that when they pull it, the guy like back. But yeah, they just sawed it out with a saw and then rode off with a bike. It doesn't appear. Did you guys have stories like that at your high schools? Like,
I mean, people doing pranks.
Yeah, well,
not just flat out stealing.
Somebody, the legend at Richland was somebody. Haltom had a like large buffalo, and it wasn't even a statue. I feel like it was almost like a Clayton, the word. It's on the wall.
Like taxidermy or
taxidermy, like buffalo
stuffed.
Yeah,
stuffed,
but it was big. I guess stuffed, but stuff kind of implies plush. That had been stolen multiple times for homecoming week. Or they would like on ours, like mess with the bonfire, or like
don't mess with the bonfire.
Or I remember a big one was at the in the fence outside of the softball fields. Somebody had put the styrofoam cups, great bit, for homecoming week, and it just said like F Richland or something. And you drive right by it every day or for a couple days.
Awesome.
But I wonder if this is still happening. I bet like even senior pranks have died down.
Yeah.
Everything you do, they're like, yeah, we're just going to arrest you and put you in jail
Yes, sir.
and give you a terrorist charge.
The year before I graduated, I remember, that senior class before you, they filled the hallways with sand.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Nuisance. To have people. I'll tell you how I thought about it as I was planning our hit. It was, and this is juvenile thinking, of course, but in my mind, it was like, this is going to take them a lot of time to clean up. I'm going to waste their time.
Problem is, they're going to make you clean it up, which is what happened.
Not if they don't find me. But
you lie about it.
In my head, it was like, look, they've been wasting my time for 4 years. They'll waste a little of their time. Because nothing we were doing was all that harmful. You know, it was dead animals and crickets.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We just had a stink bomb raid.
See, I
really
wanted to
bad
do...
it was in junior high, and my English teacher was outside at the little ice cream truck that sold them to the kids, and just cussing this guy out during after school and everything, and we were just like, "Geez, Miss Jones, we're just trying to have a little fun, ruining all
Stink
the fun."
bomb's no big deal. Yeah, the shady character of the ice cream truck selling you the cigarettes. Candy cigarettes. I remember teachers being, "Would you get that ice cream truck?" Sunday night, speaking of my upbringing, we had a shooting at a bar during the Cowboy game in North Richland Hills. No one was injured. Several patrons restrained the subject or suspect until police got there. The affidavit says that the gentleman became agitated when he presumed another patron was looking at him while watching Sunday night's game.
He wasn't just upset about the tie.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like a tie, I bet has the least amount of shootings. Because you don't know if you could feel happy enough to fire a gun or sad enough to shoot somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Or mad enough. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can imagine at which point this happened, you know? Probably converting the fourth down on the drive, the last drive.
Yeah.
It is just like, I'll just say this. This is not a commentary on guns, whatever. It's more like just the bar setup. Like, I've always thought it odd, of course, when it comes to blue laws, that you can, like, walk into this bar that opens at 11 a.m. and they will start serving me liquor, but I can't go to a place next door, buy that, and go home to watch the game. But, like, I can. Your option is going to have me driving drunk. It's going to have me around other drunk people, which increases the likelihood of conflict. Like, at home, it's whatever. So the setup is you can have a gun, you can go to a place, you can get hammered. What happens from there is whatever. But we're going to put on, like, this gladiator sport. We're gonna get you all hammered.
That you probably have money on.
You probably have. You've probably already spent the winnings.
Mm-hmm.
There's another guy who needs another outcome for him to be able to pay his mortgage. And if you have a gun, that's your business. We don't know. We don't care. We just hope it all works out. That's
You're asking.
I guess what I'm saying is good on us for this not happening more often. Are you okay?
I'm trying.
Oh man, I didn't know it was that bad.
I've been plowing through for like the last 90 seconds.
I don't know what happened.
You put the Twitch jacket on.
Yeah, it's the curse of Dan's jacket. God damn.
Dan did have a cough.
I'm the vape guy over here. Look at me.
I don't know, man.
Fresh as a bird.
Trying to get this Ozarka.
Went
down the wrong pipe, so to speak.
A local strip club with a very funny name that also kind of portends what happens in this story. Chicas Bonitas.
Yeah?
Was raided by ICE. And 29 of the people working there are suspected of illegally working at the club. They're also, because of that, charging several of the people there with human trafficking. And like, I don't know.
Not the strip club.
I don't know. I know. You saw
Come on,
me.
man.
Come on. Our last safe space.
It's
Chicas Bonitas, pretty girls, obviously.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a foreign land and you see a strip club called Pretty Girls, like, are you just gravitating to that?
Yeah, and I
Feels
also
like a pretty give up name.
Well, I'll say this: I'm gravitating towards it if I'm looking for Americans.
All right,
and I wouldn't be. Spoilers. That's why we're traveling.
Yeah.
But that I think is indicate they're saying like, we got Latinas, bro.
All right,
and we got nothing but Latinas.
And apparently they had authentic.
True. Farm to table poon.
I love the Google reviews.
No, you okay?
That's a great idea.
Interesting.
Great music, great atmosphere.
The setting, but it's a bad setting.
Staff is trash, no customer service at all.
Wow.
Another one. This place is a hole in the wall. And by the way, the first image that pops up here.
Is it like some nachos or something? Or a margarita?
They look like tacos al pastor. So, I mean, it's kind of like the lemon pepper wings, the Sweet Lou, in Atlanta, Magic City, right? Get those, like, maybe they're known for the cuisine on top of the beautiful
the
women.
chicas. Yeah. That's very possible. I mean, I'm not a strip club guy enough to know. I've never eaten at a strip club. I'll put it to you like that. But you do hear from people that are like, hey, the nice ones actually have really. I mean, you got the type of people who are going in there have a lot of money at the high end ones.
Jason says 6 months ago, I went on a Friday night. They had plenty of beautiful girls there. I will definitely be back. Language barrier was not an issue.
Yeah, that's nice. It shouldn't be.
They were very accommodating, even though there was nobody who spoke English fluently.
You make it work. You fake it till you make it. What are you deep in over there?
This guy wouldn't even put his name on this.
Yeah.
Said the girls are decent, but got called out twice, once in which I was drunk, so I don't blame them for touching the girls. Okay, so he was drunk and he got caught.
Right.
The second, I was called out by the DJ that just plays regular songs. Like, he's saying this guy isn't important
You're not
enough
adding.
to call me
You're not
out.
adding anything to the atmosphere.
How am I supposed to tip them when they're basically extending their underwear out for me to tip them?
There were more unattractive women than attractive, but there were a few smoking hot Latina chicas. The price is decent, too, compared to other places. I had some good hands-on lap dances. That's from Ephraim.
I think these places need to just have you read their positive reviews and let that be their marketing. What's your experience in voiceover work?
Well, I don't think it'd be very good right about now after that coughing fit, but...
And not after. You're in it. Let's be clear. Have you ever read, like, for children's books or anything?
No.
Anybody? I mean, people would approach you. No?
I'd be open to talking about anything. Even chicas bonitas.
And then let's see here. Where else do we want to go? This is a wild one. An hours-long standoff in Louisville involving SWAT. Police get a call regarding a welfare check on an individual who is suicidal. And you got to be like setting the bar at that point of like, all right, like this is action, but I'm not in danger here, right? Like, when officers arrived, they had a suspect outside the residence. Suspect begins firing at the officers and goes back inside. Armored vehicle gets there. Suspect comes back outside, firing at that. Goes back inside. And then he comes outside and is taken into custody without incident. Pretty sweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
The suspect was transported to a hospital. Had a gunshot wound during the incident, but doesn't know if it's self-inflicted or the officers, but he's going to live. So the officers go inside, and they found a woman dead. She had sustained an apparent gunshot wound. So, we don't know. I mean, it's the Occam's razor is the guy killed his girlfriend and then was suicidal and was losing it out there. But I always do think of the murder-suicide that didn't complete. Like that perhaps they had an agreement, and then, I mean, that has to happen. Like there's not 100% hit rate on you go and I go. So what if you're somebody who does that and then you freak out? And maybe you call the cops and now do I want to die? Do I don't want to die by my own hand? Does somebody else want to do this for me? I mean, I don't know that the judge is going to care.
Yeah.
But that has to be something that happens. Unless they're just like the most committed people.
But, Your Honor, we had a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I swear, she was just telling me. And then just some awful, confusing news that perhaps, like with Keller trying to effectively segregate their district, or, this happens with school closures sometimes, or the Cracker Barrel branding, there's a chance the public can save this. But as of right now, October 7th, the tragedy continues as Chili's will cancel skillet queso.
No way.
I was shocked.
Easily one of the top 5 items in like restaurant iconic item history.
Yeah, you steal the potholder thing.
Yes.
The peppers on it.
Oh yeah. What girl, or probably dude, if you had a stick, like I knew people that's under the
turn signal and stuff.
Turn signal, gear shift, either way. It's been on the menu for 35 years. I don't know. The chief marketing officer for Chili's, with his backwards hustle here, I don't believe any of it. This is the problem with the way that everything works, right? Whether it's social media or the government telling, we can't believe anything from anybody. Both sides. This guy says that customers expressed dissatisfaction with Chili's queso lineup for the last few years.
Just the phrase Chili's queso lineup makes me laugh.
Yeah, they had the beef queso, and they had added the white skillet queso, veggie option.
Everybody loved the orange queso.
Yeah.
With the beef, come on, man.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Get your French fries with your hamburger and dip those in them too.
Yes.
There's not an item I won't. Give me a turkey club. I'll scoop that on there.
That's a great call.
I'll dip a tender in there.
Yes.
Dude.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yes.
So good.
And yet they say that skillet queso accounted for only 1% of total sales. Now,
but I promise you, if you removed alcohol from that and said just food items, it would be higher, but still, why is that the logic to cancel it? If it only accounts for, people like it. That's why are you losing money on queso?
Yeah.
How's that possible?
Right.
And so this new bullshit queso is made with American cheese, cheddar cheese.
I don't give a fuck what it's made with. I don't know what the old stuff was made with.
It is.
I just know it was in a skillet.
What color is it?
It sounds orange. Onions, green chilies, and lime.
Don't
it
eat
is
that.
vegetaririan.
Bullshit.
This new queso, quote, finally gives guests the queso they deserve.
We had.
What
the
are we
queso
doing?
Deserved.
There's very few things in life where the item we have is like, you know what, we deserve that. We worked for that. It's a staple of my youth. They started when they went away with the original recipe for the Crispers a few years ago.
Yeah, that was
Yes.
that was a blow to the system.
And you had to be thinking they fucking wouldn't. They would not go to that level.
How are we going to politicize this?
And maybe we politicize it by all being on the same side. You could politicize.
This is unity.
Politicize is incorrectly used to mean division. It doesn't have to mean that. You politicize it by coming together and standing for something. And I swear to God, if this is a publicity stunt, there's some things that aren't
psych.
They're sacred.
It's still here.
Tony said about golf, it is sacred.
The thing that gets me is the name. Southwestern queso. What about American and cheddar cheese is Southwest? That's some middle America bullshit, and I won't stand for it.
Also, your restaurant is called Chili's. They only grow those in the Southwest. We already know it's from the Southwest. You don't need to say it. Just be who you are.
Just because Diane in fucking Wisconsin doesn't like the skillet queso and wants something that's more palatable.
That's a good point. That's
Who
what
cares?
the problem is here. That's exactly what the problem is here. Because I saw Bill Burr defending his set and his appearance at the Riyadh Comedy Festival, and I haven't heard it. I don't know the context. There's very little he could say that could change my opinion on what they're doing there. But he's like, yeah, I expected it was going to be a lot more how people probably imagine Saudi Arabia. And he's like, yeah, they've got a Burger King and they even have a Chili's. If I find out that we're dumbing down the chili, the Chili's queso for the Saudi Arabians or anybody else besides a very specific region of the U.S., I'm going to be pissed. Are there any more? Here we go. We understand that some guests have a lot of love for our skillet beef and white skillet queso, but we also recognize there was room for improvement.
Go fuck yourself.
No. No.
Sorry.
Low sales numbers told us that our guests were clearly looking for a better queso from Chili's, so we set out to develop an improved option. Now, what we have here, Felix, I can't remember his title. This is throwing out the baby with the bathwater, because I do recall going to a Chili's 7 or 8 years ago and thinking the queso was a little bit different. It was still in a skillet, though, and the premise was the same. You keep the skillet, you keep the beef, and you improve that product somehow.
Yes.
But making your queso just like everyone else's, because guess what? Mexicans will do the other one better. They will. What made yours unique was that it was not even really a Tex-Mex item.
Yeah, it's very unique.
Idiots.
They're gonna bring it back.
Oh, what are you gonna do next?
In March.
What do you got next? Medium shelf margaritas? Don't want them. I come to you for one reason.
Since the fall of 2023, Chili's culinary team in Dallas worked on a new queso recipe.
You're trying to tell me that? Hey, I'll pull up.
They tested it on 300 consumers in Atlanta, and 70% of them
don't come here and test wings. I wouldn't be the expert.
70% what?
Picked the Southwest queso over the skillet beef queso.
Also,
bullshit.
I promise you they were doing some bullshit where they were not putting them both in a skillet, or they were putting...
Right.
The skillet queso needs to be in the skillet. It needs to be bubbling in the skillet.
And you need to be breathing in like old cigarette aroma.
Right. And
oh, you could smoke in there. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Is it cigarettes,
It was
or
burned into
did
the
they
plates.
pour too much water on the fajitas? Don't know.
Who knows?
But either way, they pair perfectly with this queso in a skillet.
It will be sold 4 ways, the new queso, as an appetizer, as part of the dip trio, as a side to the fajitas, and atop the new chicken bacon ranch nachos.
Side with
the nachos are probably fire, but I don't know. I mean, I don't ever order a side with my fajitas, but I leave some.
Bring back my queso.
I used to get
Bring
Southwest
back my queso. Bring back my queso.
I would get Southwest egg rolls
Bring my queso
and the
back.
queso.
Yeah.
And then an old timer burger.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that was like $15 max.
Yes.
If you got a soft drink.
Yeah.
I think we lost Clayton.
Yeah, no, it's I understand it. This is his Luca trade. All right, there's your news.
The Dumb Zone News. Like and subscribe.
That was a good news.
Today's viewer mail birthday is brought to you.
Go for it.
By Lucy.
Okay.
The Cowboys specialty. Yeah, the Cowboys love it, and you should too.
Yeah.
That's really all you need to know. You see that operation out there? When you see Brandon Aubrey hit a 64-yard field goal, it's not just Brandon Aubrey hitting a 64-yard field goal. There is an operation involved there, and it is clean. You could eat off that. That happens because Banger and Trent are chill, man. And they're chill because Blake provides them with 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free Lucy pouches. I'm an 8 milligram Apple Ice Breaker guy, but they've got coffee flavors. They've got gum. They also have, and this is very important, folks, the 12 milligram pouches. Next time I place an order for the Dallas Cowboys special teams unit, I will up that. You're not going to get that in a lot of pouches. You're also not going to get 20% off your first order anywhere but lucy.co/dumbzone. Free shipping, 30-day refund. I don't know the people at Lucy like I do Qualis and Community and all that, but the same thing applies. I've never handed anyone a Lucy, and they've said anything other than, wow, this is better than what I was using. So go check it out, lucy.co. Dumbzone, 20% free shipping. Here comes a fine print. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Now that is a tidy disclaimer.
Thank you, Lucy. All right, viewer mail birthdays. Let's start with this one. Want to wish a happy 25th birthday to my sister Lauren. She was telling P1s to be one. Now she's running the zone. Her leaders are Conspiracy Theory Blake, TC because he recognizes the greatness of unreleased Charles Manson music, and Jake for going hard in the paint. More TC, more gummy thoughts, less chappy from Cray.
Will you play a small bed?
It felt weird, but I think he hasn't been playing a bed.
I know, but I'll tell you.
Okay.
Not approaching the throne.
This?
Not this one. You know the controversy over that one.
What's the controversy?
Well, it appeared in it's a long story, but it appeared in our Open for Business video a couple years ago. And
yes, okay.
I think it's also used as hold music somewhere, but I can't hear. But you got to have something,
is it,
Blake,
what,
especially
is it,
if you're delivering it,
is
frankly.
It copyright protected?
No, it's just annoying.
Video or? No, okay.
It doesn't sound like bed music. It sounds like hold music. Play it and let him decide. Because it's
don't let me bog you down. So.
No, we're well bogged. That feels like hold music to me.
Okay.
It doesn't move forward.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that.
We're just holding.
Yeah.
We're just holding. We're not
There's
progressing.
something you want
We have no
out
momentum.
Out
we
of
need
a bed
momentum.
that moves it forward. So any other?
Let's do this. Little Lindsey Sterling.
We can't do. We're gonna get in trouble.
We're talking
Stop.
over it, talking
Stop.
over
Can't
it.
do.
It's
Stop. Stop.
fine. Why can't I have any fun with this show?
Listen, I want you to have all the fun in the world, and I don't even care about it making money. But once I learned that they like shadow ban us if we play copywritten music, we got to stop.
You can't play "Eye of the Untold Her," Blake. Sorry.
That was not that one.
Oh, okay.
What? Do you not understand the concept
This is
here?
even worse.
What?
This is from a well-known thing.
What are you?
Sorry, didn't mean to.
YouTube, don't shadow ban us, man, please.
This will
Okay,
work.
fine. NFL music.
I mean, I've
for
got more of
birthdays.
these songs if you want. Here, pull me up.
It's a great bit.
Basketball and Teddy is on the count at Emrich, calling everybody's game, but this ain't no fucking game.
Yeah, I love it. All right. Go ahead, Blake.
Wow.
Now what?
I don't know. Just do it dry. I mean, I've already done the thing of pointing it out, which is
Yeah,
very bad move on my part.
Raw
I
dog
assumed-
birthdays. Raw dog birthdays. Or not.
That's cool. Go
Yeah.
for it. Just don't over this read something about somebody's family being dead.
Dear Lawrence of Herlabia.
That's one of the best.
Wow, that's
we've
really
ever
good.
gotten.
That's really good.
Today is my Jesus times Micah on the Packers' birthday, and I'm writing in myself because my friends won't. Leaders are Dwight Owl, Dennis Smith Jr.'s God-given talent, which I was reminded of recently.
Back in 2012, he posted, "Everybody has God-given talents. Mine just happens to be slinging this wood in my pants."
Yeah.
Lottery pick, baby.
Also, Cody Campbell's checkbook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Speaking of Texas Tech, yep.
If we have the power of drops, would love a William Pace serenade. Thanks and kick it from 70 from Landry.
The great Landry.
Hope this is the right email. Want to send a birthday shout out to my hetero sex mate Jason, a.k.a. the Seatown ass clapper, a.k.a. the Johnson County Glazer, a.k.a. the White Kerry Von Erich. For his birthday, he wants Jake to host another woke high school football game broadcast.
This is William Pace.
Yes.
A virtuoso. Wow, woke
Voice
high
of
school
Angel.
football game.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't aware of that. Did you do one?
We did a game with. Oh, that's right. So me, Donovan, and Sean Bass did a game one time, and I think it might have been somebody asked us to do it because something happened to their broadcast. Good grief.
Oh, no.
Good God.
We were falling.
I thought you fixed it.
We fixed it, but you guys notice.
You're back to your computer.
I got the big boy back. So it's running like a damn champ. I just got to get all the settings straight. Let me look into that for you, Blake.
Alrighty. Dear the Lamar Hunt of the Cunning Stunt, writing to wish a Dumb Zone devotee Brian Hotshot Barron a happy birthday. He woke him up in that special way thrice. His bleeder is Donovan, and his leaders are Heart Attack Man, the Roast Twins, Chappie, and O.J. Simpson's very high-level fantasy football advice. Just the right amount of Sarah Hepala, more Julie, more recording spouse's reaction to outlandish requests. Keep doing what you're doing, Playboy, and chase that money. R.I.P. Dutch Penometer, Pilo in Plano.
Good dude.
Thrice.
Very good dude. And I have the story now here.
Okay.
So this was a game between Arlington, Seguin, and Cleburne. And the guy from... Oh, man. The guy from Seguin... Oh, excuse me. Let's start over. The guy from Cleburne, and that's going to make a lot more sense. The guy from Cleburne at jacketradio.com had to step down after he called Arlington Seguin's cheerleaders the Cougars. Now, that is the Cougars.
Okay, Don Imus.
Yeah. He's doing a... like, I was never certain if white people were allowed to say W, ig,
Mm.
And he is using, Cougros. And the Cougar part is the mascot, not like Hots. So that one's nailed down. The Grows part, it's pretty obvious there.
Mm.
He was asked by the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, and he said, I have nothing to say about it. So apparently what we did is we went and did a broadcast for Arlington Seguin, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah. I'm checking here. I want to make sure I keep my alt-right cred. Good. I was not asked for comment here because my partners were. A guy that didn't understand the power of the microphone said terrible things about cheerleaders, players, and insulted a community. I just thought we have this signal, we have the manpower. Why not do something for them and fun for us? From Sean Bass. And that is a sentiment that, I was happy to do it. Yeah. I also am not about to say, boy, they really hurt the community here. I think it was enjoyable.
Okay. Were the three of you all in the booth together?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was mayhem.
Yeah,
they didn't make us... I actually did kind of try to treat it like...
You watched Huddle and
I've always wanted to do that before. Like, I would love to be able to have... But I didn't play, so... but I would love to be able to be a high school analyst.
One day.
Come do a game.
Seriously. Argyle? Oh, my God.
I was doing it in the stands when I went to the game Friday night. Like I was talking to my son like he was listening. Like I was bricked up watching. Argyle has not that many people use like a tight end H-back flex like this, but they just had a big kid and they would throw a screen. And I don't even know what we're calling that screen anymore that has the kids backpedaling, but that shit is lethal. We didn't have that. But it's a flare with you're throwing the back open or the slot open to his like play side, but he's backpedaling when he catches the ball.
It's a bubble.
It's a bubble, but it feels like bubble. You're standing still or in a tunnel working back to the ball. This one just looks weird.
No, that's a legit bubble.
Yeah,
you see so many smoke screens, like or slip
the quick
stuff. Yeah,
it's just an RPO with if the safety's too far back, you throw it, and then he's backpedaling trying to get behind his other receiver blocking.
Well, he was well behind by the time he put the foot in the ground and goes upfield, and now everyone else is just hunting.
Yeah,
and they have a kid who's like a receiver who he's huge.
Yeah, I think you're Braden Bach. Yeah, he's going to TCU,
and he's just picking people off in the secondary. It's ridiculous to watch. Like,
it's fun.
I would love.
We're going to do a game together one day, Jake. I'm calling it now. We're going to do a game together at some point.
In this situation, do I have like terminal cancer and it's like this will make a wish? Like I'm trying to figure out like why else that would. You're like a real broadcaster. Like
no, if you want to bring it
in the event that I'm like hooked up to a machine.
Hugh Freeze
grant me that
up
wish,
in the booth, in the bed.
If you want a full circle moment, Argyle's playing Arlington Seguin next Thursday night. If you're free,
how about that?
Come call the game.
How about that?
All right, our last one is a follow-up. This is from our buddy Andrew Plum, who I think we have a couple outstanding bets out with.
Shit, I knew he was gonna come knocking.
This is not the Cowboys one. He said, "Let me read you. This is from about a month ago. I have an offer I'd like to extend to the show. Beginning October 1st, I am offering the Dumb Zone $100 on the first of every month, forever, in exchange for never having Sarah Hepla on your show ever again."
I thought we'd already addressed this.
Well, he was following up today. Today is October 1st, 2nd. Yesterday was the 1st. We didn't work. So yeah, I think we're going to deny this, but he just wanted to follow up.
Yeah, we're going to have to deny that one. I think I don't know Andrew that well. He makes me laugh. He gave me phenomenal Ninja Creamy recipes for gains. Let me tell you the biggest one. They got the little ridges in the bottom of the container, right? Mm-hmm. Just kind of like probably your NutriBullet or whatever has that. Like that plastic container has ridges in it. If you dump protein powder in there, it will stick. So you need to put your water or your milk or whatever in first. And then he was also like, he told me to freeze it with the top off. You don't think about that, but you put that top on there. First of all, it's a bitch to get off, and now there's a ring of garbage.
Right.
Great tips. I also think he hates women.
Got a cool golfing simulator there.
And a lot of guys who have that hate women. A lot of guys who know how to make the best protein ice cream. Like, I'm just not surprised Andrew Plum is like, enough of this broad. I'll pay to make her go away.
Yeah, checks out. Okay.
Now the Cowboy bet, he's probably going to win.
Presents on this day in history.
If you didn't hear voiceover, man, Today in History is brought to you by Flooring Direct.
It did. I did hear it. It's Flooring Direct. You can maybe get Rick Renner out to your house. If you go to flooringdirectdfw.com/DZ, Rico Renee may come out there and meet or beat any competitor's offer. And right now, that feels impossible. It would seem impossible because the deal they have for you is, boy, it's great. And let me tell you about it. 36 months, 0% financing, new floors in your home. So a lot of people, less than $200, no money down, no interest for 36 months. Less than $200, and you have got new floors. There's a local company. They've been around a long time. Dan, the Flooring Direct man, was over at the Cowboys-Packers stream the other day. You can just feel good, dude. FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ, 972-449-9456. FlooringDirectDFW.com/DZ. Here's Blake.
Today is Thursday, October 2nd, the 275th day of the year. There are 90 days left in 2025. On this date in 1970, one of two chartered twin-engine planes flying the Wichita State University football team to Utah crashed into a mountain near Silver Plume, Colorado, killing 31 of the 40 people on board. Did they cover that weekend?
It's probably best for you guys not to think about stories like that. Like, the reality is, for like a 10-year period, I was at high risk relative to the public for dying in a car accident by sheer matter that I put 130,000 miles on my car every year. Truth is, Ted Emrich a lot more likely to die in a plane crash than anyone else in here. It's unfortunate, but
Blake has the seat on the charter.
Yeah, it's football, though. I mean, if we're being real here, Jared Sandler is like the Grim Reaper is outside with the level of flights you have to take for baseball.
And it's a smaller plane than the Cowboys.
You ever hear Dan's LeBron story? I don't know if that's fully true or not, but that he was playing cards on the plane like his rookie or second year.
Yes.
Plane's like total chaos, and here's Carlos Boozer crying.
Yep.
And LeBron's like, deal the effing hand.
Yep.
The plane doesn't go down with LeBron James on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal. In 1988, police go to Mike Tyson's New Jersey home after he is hurling furniture out of a window and forces his wife, Robin Givens, and her mother to flee the house. 5 days later, they filed for divorce. I don't remember this story.
Man, I don't either. I've never heard that.
What year?
1988.
I mean, I don't know. I think he's got a flood the zone type rap sheet that there's really nothing that it all just kind of runs together. He was not good to women. Okay? Get that straight, Blake.
If we ever have time, I want to replay that Tyson and that little kid interview.
I have it ready for you because, like, some people, they say you should listen to something spiritual or read something spiritual like every day. That's it.
You play that?
Yeah.
It was straight poetry.
It's, I mean, it is Frederick Tyson.
In 2002, Jake, the Washington, D.C. sniper attacks began, setting off a frantic manhunt lasting 3 weeks.
John Williams? What was his name?
John Allen Muhammad.
There you go.
And Lee Boyd Malvo.
Lee Boyd Malvo was and there was a lot of speculation that
Muhammad.
He was Lee Boytoy Malvo. Like they might have been gay.
Might have been doing something else in the car.
Which is actually only interesting from the standpoint that like there's a possible like John Allen Muhammad was like a sociopath manipulating like this kid type. Lee Boyd Malvo was young when this was going on. What year did you say it was? 2002. He was 16 years old.
Finally, killing 10 people, wounding 3 others. With how scared I was of this, you could have said they killed 1,000 people.
Yeah. I would say for a period of time, like if you were to, like 9/11 was obviously culturally, society, way more impactful. But like a week after 9/11, people in my world, people were not worried about getting attacked by terrorists. When this was going on, the entire country
Yeah.
was freaked out for days on end because people were getting snuffed like pumping gas. Ugh.
Muhammad executed in 2009. Malvo was sentenced to life in prison.
Yeah, and to your point, Jake, in 2012, Malvo claimed that Muhammad had sexually abused him.
Oh, I didn't even know that, but that tracks. You know, it's a oh god, man.
Yeah.
Being vulnerable sucks.
Let's move on to a better story, and I'm surprised Dan took today off. Because in 2009, on this day, a man accused of stalking ESPN reporter Erin Andrews and secretly videotaping her inside her hotel room was arrested at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport. Michael David Barrett later pleaded guilty to interstate stalking and was sentenced to 2.5 years in federal prison.
Okay. I mean, like
you can do it here.
I get it.
All right.
Like, if it's the for the purposes of like the Mann Act, like why they want that to be a federal crime, but like if it's over state lines, but what does that have to do with anything? Like, hey, bud, you were horny enough to cross state lines? It's a little too horny.
Federal offense.
We can't just have you out there. That's federal.
Yeah, go to prison. In 2011, Dallas had its largest lead blown in a loss in franchise history.
What year? 2011?
2011.
Oh, the Stafford.
The Lions game?
Lions.
No, that was...
No?
Frittering away a 24-point third quarter cushion in a 34-30 loss to the Detroit Lions.
There you go.
The game we were just talking about.
Megatron.
No.
Another one.
This was the home game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where I think if Romo had just taken 3 knees. Didn't Bobby Carpenter have an interception
If
in this
that's
game?
the game we're thinking of, then yes, he did. But I didn't know they were up that big in that game.
Oh, yeah. I remember this game pretty well.
Yes.
And then in 2019, a Dallas jury sentenced white former police officer Amber Geiger to 10 years in prison a day after convicting her of murder and the killing of her black upstairs neighbor. She said she had mistaken his apartment for her own.
Yeah. Insane, perplexing story. Because that, to me, felt like it was happening in the middle of a lot of other cases that were clearly different. Not to say she wasn't, like, to blame or responsible in some way for it, beyond just, like, an accident. But, like, that got grouped in with, like, line-of-duty cover-ups for, like, police violence. That's not the same to me. You're right. It was 27-3 when Barbie picked that pass off and took it to the house. That's what started the whole thing. Wow.
Weddings on this date. In 2004, actress Katie Seagal marries the Shield writer Kurt Sutter.
That's a power couple.
You're interested in that?
I am. I'm interested in her. It's Peg Bundy, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Birthdays
A lot of sock
today.
death.
Former Maverick Tyson Chandler is 43.
Wow.
And I think he's no longer with them, right?
He's not coaching Derek Lively anymore?
No, I don't believe so. I think that was it was kind of an informal deal, but from what I've heard, everybody from the old is out. I mean, he was never formally on staff.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was always an unofficial deal.
I wonder where he lives.
Awesome Richards is 25. Now in the Saints.
Damn. I totally missed that. That they picked him up.
Everyday Eddie Guardado is 55. Phil Kessel is 38. Mark Rippon, 63.
You want to know a fun Mark Rippon story that was in like SI for kids?
I
Do you have any stories like that you have no reason to remember?
Yeah, Kevin Garnett's 6'11" because his nickname in middle school was 6'11" or something like that.
Okay. Mark Rippon also could be fake, but I think Mark Rippon's son had cancer, and Mark Rippon shaved his head like bald. And people are like, he's a famous guy, he's a good-looking dude. People are like, well, he just did it for I guess, awareness. And I always thought that was cool. Like, and it made me think, if you know that story and you're a dad and your kid does get cancer, if you know that story and you don't shave your head,
yeah, you're kind of the asshole.
You're kind of an asshole.
And his son died at 3 years old.
Well, I'd kind of left it on a positive note.
Well,
Sting
is tying the ribbon on the story.
Sting,
and
is
now you know the
74.
rest of the story.
I guess.
And now you know.
Yeah. That's when I wanted to have the drop of Sting?
Sting is 74. Don McLean.
Which Sting? Sting?
Singer, actor Sting is 74.
Well, when you're
the one that sucks.
You're here with a couple guys who dabbled in WCW.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, no.
The Stinger.
That's right. Stinger Splash.
Scorpion
Deathlock.
I think actually you saw him the other day in Deep Ellum getting after he got in an argument.
Yeah, he got in
an accident.
Yeah. Sting Jr.
Guy with black and white face paint.
Singer-songwriter Don McLean is 80. Lorraine Bracco is 71. Dr.
All right.
Melfi in The Sopranos.
Yes, Goodfellas, which you now appreciate.
I do. I saw her this morning. Kelly Ripa is 55.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, she was on in the cafe.
Yeah, she was on in the Fox 4 Cafe.
Yeah,
the Breaking News Cafe. Is
I know I'm not like a Fox employee, but I probably should know this. I have no idea who fake Mario Lopez is. I see him every day on 4 TVs when I walk by.
Isn't that her husband?
Who is Mark of Kelly and Mark?
Well, she's married to a guy named Mark.
I think
they host a show together?
Yeah, which added to the list of...
Mark Consuelos.
He's all ripped.
Born in Spain, too. Spanish.
I hope that's her second husband. And I hope that her first husband has to just... Oh, he's 5'8", though. That's the thing about the Euro. It's like, come on, little guy.
They've been married since 96.
Oh,
wow.
Fantastic. Good for them. And now they're doing a show together after 30 years of marriage? Huh. Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, but at 5'8", he's got leverage on you, Jake.
He got caught cheating or something, right?
He's Spanish, bro. You're not marrying a Spanish guy and expect him to be a one-woman dude.
All right, fair.
Yeah.
Rock musician Jim Root from Slipknot is 54.
Oh,
all right.
Ted had a phase, there's no doubt.
Had?
It's still okay?
Singer.
They scared me. Do you like horror movies?
No, I don't.
That's a bit of an incongruity.
It makes no sense at all. I'm very much into metal, but no tattoos or anything like that. But yeah, I get down.
Yeah, I
just not the horror stuff.
Pantera. I had a metal phase, like Slayer, but the scarier it got, the more. And I know Slayer by convention is probably considered scary.
Yeah,
but
the theatrics and all of that.
Yeah, I
hear you.
I couldn't get down with blood, fake blood.
Yeah, on stage and.
What was the show that you got?
Despite it being raining blood, Slayer.
Hurt at.
Oh, Turnstile.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
I mean that's going in like
right.
I think
you're gonna get pushed around. You better push back.
Yeah, it's dude. You would love to see it in person.
Yeah,
I think they're at Dickies. You can be in the back. I think they're at Dickies week after next, but I don't know how that would play at that crowd because I saw them open for Blink at the AAC, and you're just like, I don't have anybody to push. Seats.
Yeah,
it's weird, but it's a fight.
No, Dickies has the
pit area. Yeah, that's
the
true.
big general admission.
So that's what it'll be.
Because I saw a bunch of coked out hippies at Billy Strings down there.
You have your cultures mixed up, but that's fine. You're right.
Singer Tiffany is 54.
Are we alone now?
Yeah. Jetson movie, right?
Damn, y'all know more of that than me. I don't
know.
Pretty sure.
Actor Efren
I throw
Ramirez
a leg on it.
is 52. This is Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite. And then our last birthday is film critic Rex Reed is 87. It says he was born in Fort Worth. There's also a little couple sentences here from his Wikipedia. It says in 1986, after Marlee Matlin won the Academy Award for Best Actress for Children of a Lesser God.
He said, "Congrats, she's very talented."
Reed wrote that Matlin had won because of a pity vote, and that a deaf person playing a deaf character was not really acting.
God.
That's awesome.
What do you say about Coda?
Yeah, I love
the
getting
Oscars.
into. I love. What is that? Is that a
Remember the
disabled
Apple
person?
Remember the? It was a movie a couple of years ago.
I've heard of it.
It's very good. But,
And there's
I mean,
there's a kid in it who's mentally.
Yeah, Coda.
Okay.
Yeah, child of deaf adult. Maybe I'm getting the acronym wrong. It makes sense.
It's so funny, dude. Just and I guess this primarily only happens in Hollywood.
Child of deaf adult. Yeah.
But just the pretzel that they twist themselves into over, like, you want representation, but also, like, you're not really acting if we hire one of you. So, this is how you get, like, Lincoln Osiris. This is from Tropic Thunder. It's like, this is real acting. The same exact thing to an extent happened with Seven Snow White.
Mm-hmm.
That Peter Dinklage is like, oh, okay. Just gonna hire dwarves because that's what you got to make fun of dwarves. So they hire regular guys, and all the dwarves are like, "I'm unemployed now."
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Peter.
There's not a lot where we're written into the title.
Born on this day, now dead, George McFarland. He was Spanky from The Little Rascals.
Right over my head.
Born in Dallas. Gandhi. Born on this day, now dead. Groucho Marx.
How old is this? Like,
God,
I don't know. Do you have anything like?
I'm just reading the names. How about Johnny Cochran?
It's better, but
Bud Abbott from Abbott and Costello.
Is it not? Jesus Christ, dude! This Prohibition era entertainment.
This YouTube video needs to be in black and white.
Is there Lil Tay or Kobe?
Dan makes this
perfect.
list, you know.
Or,
There's no
Grandpa and
Henry.
his friends are going nuts right now.
There's no Henry. Okay, well, how about this? Dead on this day, still dead. Aristotle.
What are we doing?
Give me a year.
Yeah.
Give me a year.
Give me a year. That's right.
Oh.
Now, was Aristotle younger than Plato?
Okay,
or
hold on
old?
though. Does anybody know? I feel like I should know. I'm gonna guess.
All right, let's play.
Okay.
640.
I'm gonna go 350.
480.
It is 322 BC.
Oh!
Damn.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
That's an upset. I would not have
huge
figured
black
BC.
mark on my record
Yeah.
for sure.
Also dead on this day, Tom Petty and Jamal Khashoggi.
Okay.
Bonesaw.
Yeah, I think he headlined the comedy festival.
Now, where's the close?
That was an underrated
I was
joke.
gonna say, come on, I know Clayton's pulling me up, dog. It's I don't know where the close is, but I know one thing that closes, Blake, doors. And you can get yourself doors at One Day Doors and Closets. They got a deal going for you right now. You can buy one door, get another door for free at onedaytexas.com/promo30. What do? They come out, they measure your doors. They've got computers. They've got schematics, 3D technology, and they measure and make a digital blueprint of your existing frames, custom cut the doors to fit right there on site. It's on site at One Day Doors and Closets. That's what they say. At onedaytexas.com/promo30, the phone number 940-969-4790. Maybe you're remodeling, maybe you're moving, maybe you're just tired of looking at those old busted doors. Upgrade them. This is a huge, huge upgrade for the look and feel of your home at onedaytexas.com/promo30.
I found it.
And that's what happened
Seamless.
on this day in history.
What do you got going on?
How generic! Oh my God! You're looking around. There's nobody on the couch for closing remarks. And so just look to me. Can you carry it for the? It's your show. You can end it whenever you want. I did have one thing I wanted to present to you. Circling back to Port Neches Groves to PNG.
Mm-hmm.
Since you are the best at rating names, I have a few names from the Too Deep. I want you to rate the name, and I want you to guess what position they play.
Thank you for doing position. It's coded, but at least you didn't say race.
I don't know.
It's not on his sheet.
Yeah, that doesn't make the spotting board, Jake.
No, but I know what we're after. Go ahead.
Ace Reeves.
Ace Reeves, boy, easily could be a quarterback, but I am going to say linebacker.
That is the right guard.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ace is an aggressive
kind of an upset.
name for a big boy.
That's kind of an upset.
But I knew they were white, right? So that's I was positionally guessing on that front. Ace feels like almost old school in a way because Ace is like the Jackson of the 80s. People were naming their kid Ace before to be cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just still doing it now almost feels it's not Hank, but it's also not Brylan.
Right.
I don't hate it.
Yeah. Ledger, as in a bank ledger.
Or a Heath.
Hansing.
Hansing's a white last name. Ledger Hansing is the punter.
Tight end.
Okay. You see where we're not. Ledger, is that a coming back one? Because I don't know. Remember that existing before. Let's look. Then I'm going to say terrible.
Okay.
That's not a good name.
Cash.
With a K.
With a K. Barnwell.
Feels like a wide receiver.
That's a receiver.
That is the 3-4 nose guard.
Whoa!
And he's a hell of a player.
Okay.
Apparently.
That is, if you have an ace on your O-line and a K-Cash on your D-line, we're breaking serious conventions here.
All right. 3 more.
I mean, you're going to tell me that the quarterback's name is like Frank Romanowski.
It's Connor Bailey. It's not that interesting. Okay. He's a good player too. Blake Brashers.
God, man, I'm
defensive lineman.
I'm chasing ghosts here. Like I don't even know.
Give me safety.
Inside linebacker.
Yeah.
Bryston, spelled B-R-Y-C-E-T-N.
What are we doing? The portmanteau is out of control.
Bryston Phelps.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything, but I'm gonna go with like a corner. Bryston Phelps feels like a corner.
Outside linebacker. He's in coverage a lot in this scheme. And finally, Colin Jizzy. Spelled with a G, not a J.
I feel like there are black kids named Colin. I'm going to go running back.
It's actually the offensive coordinator.
Oh, okay. Because we learned earlier, he was showing me more of P&G's. They're not just named it. They're not just mascot. I mean, they've got a mascot that looks like Mavs Man as an Indian. Like there's face stuff on it. It's out there.
It's weird seeing it at AT&T Stadium for the state title game.
So 2 years ago,
Jerry sheds the single tear like, that's the way.
So according to Huddle, there's 2 Brystons spelled that way. Bryston Buffington?
And I don't see him on the roster. Huh.
Bryston.
It's on Huddle.
Okay.
I'm seeing here, by the way, also, your suspicions were correct. There was no one named Ledger until 2017, 2018. This is not a name that's coming back.
Yeah.
Like a Nora or whatever.
Is that when
they just really loved the Joker in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Whew. We learned a lot there.
Yeah.
You're not coaching kids sports or anything because of your crazy schedule, right?
No, I'm not like you. My daughter does play lacrosse, but no, I am not coaching.
And lacrosse, a bit more specialized. Like that's on the opposite end of the spectrum of soccer to me. Do the coaches need to know about lacrosse?
I think it would certainly help, and that's the case. With Jane's team.
Too.
Jane's in
soccer,
3rd grade.
I think in soccer maybe that happens by 3rd grade. Maybe. I know by
I don't know.
5th.
I don't know, but you'll love this, Jake.
Here's where I'm headed. I'm wondering if you have a Bryston, a Ledger, or whoever as the coach.
Well, I think I told this story before, but yes, one of her lacrosse games a year ago, the coach of Rockwall's team is yelling out, "I need that ball, London. Get me that ball, London." Yeah. No greater honor as a father. My daughter has a nickname in lacrosse. The coaches have dubbed her Red Card Jane.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That I love. That gives me a lot of confidence because you are a straight-laced good person. And the fact that you produce a kid that the other parents hate. Now, when I do it, I can say it's not because of me because I'm getting dude, we have a problem on my hands.
Yeah.
I'm getting, hey, the parents they're saying it's the same girl every time. It's not me, but and I'm like, God.
I mean, she's the one who can put her foot on the ball.
What you mean is that she's a junkyard duck. All right, Mike Marshall will be here tomorrow. Thank you, Ted Emrich.
Thank you.
Bye, Ted.
Adios, mofo.
We gotta go before this becomes a zoo.
Thank you for watching my video. Subscribe and type for my name if you want to watch more of my videos.
All right, well, thanks to,
Your closet is filled with skeletons.
So much dirt.
That dirt is now referred to as Kemp spin.
Capri seats.
A Rolodex of nefarious activities by celebrities and athletes.
Anyone worth anything.
Like being a kid hit by a cement truck like Adam Devine.
Workaholic, so your MRE Stoudemire bathing in wine.
That wouldn't suck, but what would suck is if you made tsunami jokes and got fired as the Affleck duck.
Gilbert Gottfried, bad luck, but not to name names unless you killed 5 hookers like Craig James.
But we can sweep that under the rug along with the addiction to hair plugs by Joe Buck.
He wrote a book.
These are Kemp spins.
Receipts.
Funny things famous people did.
Hilarious.
Some are funny, but some are serious. Tell us more now, we are curious.
Can't get enough.
John Gruden got a DUI.
Same.
Jordan Richardson once saw a fight.
Lame.
Josh Brennan was tased at Wendy.
Frosty.
A lady was killed by Ted Kennedy.
JFK. Suge Knight once held Vanilla Ice off a balcony because of his hairstyle.
7-7 Stephen Collins
is a pedophile.
Solange Knowles has a Kemp spin for punching Jay-Z in an elevator in the nose.
We don't need to get into Ray Caruth.
But you know who has a fake button middle tooth? Tom Cruise. These are Kemp spins.
Receipts. Funny things famous people did. Hilarious. Some are funny, but some are serious.
Like murder.
Tell us more now, we are curious. Get enough.
These are fun to talk about at a bar.
Sorry, Jay.
Tommy Lasorda wished Donald Sterling's wife would be hit by a car.
Hannibal Buress is responsible for exposing Bill Cosby.
You know who parked a war tank in front of their house? Tony Busby.
Sue me.
I could go on for days, maybe months.
Seriously.
Brian Bosworth cried on Bad Radio 1. This list would be in the thousands if we included Ozempic.
Weight loss drugs.
But we will include Bob Costa's having pink eye during the Olympics. Slap, 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 and slaps. These are Kemp spins.
Receipts.
Funny things famous people did.
Hilarious.
Some are funny, but some are serious. Tell us more now, we are curious.
Can't get enough.
So sorry to have to cut this short, it's just the start. Trump loves blood sport, but makes his team fast forward through fighting parts. I know what you're thinking, give us more, please. We will when Adrian Peterson stops using his charity money to pay for orgies.
Kemp spin, celebrity sin.
Kemp spin, celebrity sin.
Kemp spin, celebrity sin. Kemp spin, celebrity sin.